Good evening, speed gaming community, and welcome to the weekly Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer weekly race. I already said weekly ones. Who knew? Tonight we have a hard logic seed with 13 entrants currently, and we are gonna have some fun tonight. We have Aussie 101, Neaterific, Maniacal, and Bressingham on the restream, and I am joined by Zeruvian. Buddy, old pal, how are you doing?
We're all right. We're all right. We survived the weekend and all the hype that came with it, and now we're ready for some more.
I can never get enough SMZ3. I could play it every day, watch it every day, and I never get sick of it. Now, doing like a 25-person multi, I might get a little tired of it, because that would take probably 24 hours, but, you know.
What, just 24? Semper, who do we got tracking for us tonight?
Tonight, we are joined by the legendary Mind of Me, and Slayer Lightstorm is going to be joining us as well. A last-minute pickup, but we like him anyway. They'll be keeping us honest by clicking the buttons and paying attention to the things that I'm going to forget, because I promise you I'm going to forget something. I always do.
Well, that's what you got me for. Although, we're both wearing glasses, so that makes sense.
I mean, just because I wear glasses doesn't mean I'm not going to remember everything.
Doesn't mean I can see.
By definition, wearing glasses means you probably can't see. Anyway, right. We should be getting ready to go any second now.
Sunglasses at night?
Malachris, which one's the tool and which one's the assist? I'm not sure I want to know the answer to that question.
Don't answer that. Also, if one of us is one and the other, then who's the commentary?
Probably Mind of Me. She could do it all.
Chat is commentary. Chat, this is your race. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out. Later, guys. You guys handle it.
We are waiting for one person.
Can you imagine the chat doing commentary? It may not entirely be speed gaming friendly.
I think it'd be a lot of hype, is what it would be.
I think it'd be fun. I mean, kind of, it's what we do right now anyway. I mean, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be in chat. So, I mean... So I saw a question in chat about what's the difference between normal and hard logic. Hard logic requires more Super Metroid tricks such as suitless lava dives, suitless hell runs, suitless Meridia, continuous wall jumps. I think that's it. Mock balls in hard mode. I don't know if those are ever in logic.
The Shine Spark into Gauntlet, I think, too.
Suitless lava dive. Yeah.
I have to open up the logic page.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the logic is.
Y'all are making me study after literally months of normal.
Hard logic, I've seen, most of the hard logic seeds that I've seen tend to be less open and more guided into a certain path because of where things are logically placed. Whereas like a normal logic seed will be like, okay, now you have 300 checks to do, go do them. Hard logic's like, we're going to give you 5 checks, and then out of those 5 checks, we're going to give you 4 more, and you're going to follow that path. There's a lot less diversity, whatever. You know what I mean? Not that mock ball is not used everywhere they can anyway. I mean, Mach Ball is one of those tricks that you learn really early in your Super Metroid career to be able to get through places that you need a speed booster for, so you don't have to come back for them later, like Green Brinstar or out of the Atacoon's End. We're off.
Or, just to move around, because they do that too.
Yeah, it's just to make yourself move faster. And on screen we have a Justin Bailey, a Samus, and a Samus, but a different color Samus. Is that a Hyper Metroid Samus?
That looks like the Hyper Metroid colored Samus.
I like Hyper Metroid. That's a fun one. Now, chances are we're going to see all 4 of our runners go straight into Link to the Past because there is a monumentally more checks in Link to the Past than there is in Super Metroid. However, sometimes people take the gamble and go down to Blue Bryn. But today, it's not. We've got 300 rupees on the Lake Hylia Island, and somebody got a magic green fill up right away. We've got 5 bomb capacity in Link's house and super missiles in the Sanctuary.
Well, it does look like Maniacal's going to be the only person that goes for that Sanctuary play. Everyone else is doing what's common in the Link to the Past circuit. They're going to go check out Uncle first.
We've got
for 2 quick checks and some tree pulls.
We've got a 5-6 crystal on Hera, a blue crystal on Eastern, and a blue pendant on Desert. It's a blue or red pendant. It's not important.
It's not a green pendant, so it's just a pendant.
And Maniacal got his Houlihan first try. Gonna pick up the 225 rupees down here. Uncle's chest just has a heart in it. And Uncle himself is carrying a blue cane.
That's interesting. And we see Solsky's actually going to leave. Is he going to check Tier 2? Did he check the surprise?
I think so.
No, he might actually just go through Escape with the blue cane.
It's not Solsky, that's Aussie.
That's Aussie. With the
it's
Solsky sprite.
It's the Solsky sprite. I mean, I get it.
I'm thrown off by Aussie. Aussie has played me.
Solsky's not even here, and we're holding him in spirit.
Solsky is racing in the background, though.
It's true.
Those of us who do not know, there's a good chunk of good competitors in this one.
Are we sure that's not Solsky? It could be.
Did he do a stream swap while it was paused for sync?
Could be.
Dun, dun, dun.
I did not see what the bush grab was. Nito killed it before it dropped anything.
We did get some of the 50-50 bomb drops to pay out for Maniacal, so he's going to be able to do some things, right through the south of Kakariko.
There's power bombs in the first chest of the escape. Oh, we already saw that on Aussie's side. Now you're gonna. I almost said Solsky. You're gonna make me say Solsky more than once tonight.
So we'll just have to do that as soon as we get on the interview. Hey, be like, so how do you feel about that one? And just trip over the name. What do we got at the race game, Maniacal? It's a soda can. Yum.
You don't really turn those down this early. It's extra hot. A sword! A sword in the escape. You start with the blue cane, you end with a sword. That's definitely not a bad thing.
I would say that's a 10 out of 10 start to the seed and escape here. Yeah, reserves count as E-tanks and hard. Reserves actually count in the logic as an energy source. It's written as energy reserves, so...
Because
it makes more sense here.
Yes, exactly. It can make it more likely that you need those to do hell runs or lava dives, or mainly hell runs. And we get the Shaker medallion in Iselda's chest.
Good
Shaker
old early
Quaker.
bacon coin.
I think it was the Shaker coin.
I believe it was the bacon coin, yes. The Quack medallion, if you prefer.
The Quack medallion. I like that one. The Richter scale. I max it out. Or so says the flavor text.
So says the pedestal.
Chicken Hut had a whole lot of nothing.
No, we're not seeing a whole lot yet, but there's still some really dense checks here in CAC that we're about to see on Maniacal screen. First one's a super. And, power bombs aren't bad. We've got enough power bombs to do Brim Loop now when we find our Morph Ball.
That's enough power bombs to clear out Torian, too, without having to refill.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say, well, that super is really the only thing we were excited about there. But, the power bombs are actually very useful.
Up to a certain number, and then they become less useful, but still, they're nice to have, especially considering the chances of finding regular Morph Ball bombs are pretty slim.
Well, I will parlay you this. Consider crystal flashing in Hell runs.
There's a second sword in Kakariko.
And our screw attack. Ooh.
Well, there's easy mode for Super Metroid.
And that screw attack does a couple things. We can actually go down into Brinstar and look around a little bit in Big Pink. And it's, the front of Gauntlet is pretty much easy now.
Yes, and it also can break blocks without Morph Ball, which makes that Morph Ball place even harder to find.
Oh, bombs for our stun prize on the seed. That's fine.
That's not a bad prize at all.
Alright, so we should be just converging in on each other at this point. Everyone's done pretty much the same density of checks with the exception of Ossie's dip into the front of Escape.
Bressingham followed him as well.
That is true. Yeah, so they'll both be rewarded with a second sword here in just a moment.
Which leads me to believe that somebody with that screw attack is going to go back to Super Metroid earlier rather than later. Because there could be something of import on, like, Terminator.
Alright, Maniacal going down to South Shore. Got the 2 checks in the dam, Mini Moldworm Cave. And then we'll see what he does from there.
Mini Moldworm Cave, or as I like to call it, Light World Hype Cave. Because usually, knock on wood, there's a lot of things in there that's usually pretty beneficial.
So that's one thing we didn't talk about. Do you think anyone picks up that plasma beam in the library?
Depending on when we get boots, yeah, probably. Now, if we get boots in Turtle Rock and we've already cleared 6 crystals, no, we're not coming back for that.
Oh, Bressingham, what did you do?
Did exactly as I said he would. He's gonna go check Terminator. Did he pick up Screw Attack?
I think he forgot to save and quit.
Archange, that particular sprite is the Hyper Metroid ROM hack sprite.
Yeah, he's back to Fighter Sword. I think he straight up just forgot to save and quit or something.
Oof, that's rough.
Oh no, he has to go back through the cat loop. Yikes.
Well, I was about to say Mini Moldworm Cave was a big oof, but the space jump at the end, now we have a can fly. That makes Gauntlet even easier. Space jump and screw attack, now you can just fly forever.
Yeah, and that's gonna be nice, the entire way through. It gives you basically infinite vertical distance. That's why logic we call it a can fly, because you can fly.
Quite literally.
And Bressingham is going to do the Houlihan play again.
Actually, I believe that the Hyper Metroid sprite might actually be used through a sprite injection software, because it's not actually one of the 4 sprites available on the actual weekly site, maybe. Because I think it's Mega Man, Samus, the Federation Trooper, and Justin Bailey.
Yeah, that would be right. So you would have to go into some form of customizer, for example, on the Varia website, to patch a ROM, and then that ROM is used to make this ROM.
Which is not a big deal.
Nah.
Yeah, I like the Hyper Metroid sprite because it's a different color, and I actually like that ROM hack, surprisingly.
I'll just say it this way. Be glad we don't have Upside Down Samus.
Yeah, that would be entertaining. You want to get thrown through a loop. Let somebody play with the sprite that's upside down.
Alright, Bressingham is going to go ahead and check the Solsky Closet, as we've been calling it.
Solsky Closet seemed to be empty today.
And he's got all that information about CAC, so he can go back whenever he wants.
So he's going to take a dip into Eastern Palace and probably not be able to full clear it because we probably won't find our bow and our lamp. Not that the lamp's going to stop him, but it's logically required to have.
Yeah, I would imagine that each of our 4 runners has at least some level of comfort with going through dark rooms. They were all in the brackets of the tournament that just concluded. They're all pretty good.
And let's take note by Nito. He made it to the back of escape without a lamp. And he just got a heart refill, so he's got to drop another one to Death Warp.
Well, first chest, big key, and Eastern, so at least up to that big chest is in logic here. And
Let's
there
see.
is the Super Metroid play from Aussie.
With Space Jump and Screw Attack, I mean, this is going to be really cakewalk. You're just going to be able to fly through Gauntlet and fly through everywhere and just never stop. I suspect he's going to go through... he'll probably go down through Terminator first.
Yeah, that's one thing that
I was wrong.
No. I actually thought he was going to do this, and he is. Nice Screw Attack Moonfall. Definitely feels so good to do. That's not the only place you'll see them do it either.
And there's a missile and Old Mother Brain.
Michael's going to go see that first check in the Gauntlet.
Have to be careful here. It is easy to soft lock yourself. If you don't make it through the entirety of the pillar and you land with only half of them destroyed, you get stuck.
And sometimes you'll get pitched in a way that you can wiggle out, but that is not a guarantee.
And Maniacal makes it through like it's nothing.
Holy cow! Oh, look at this!
There's the Morph Ball in Gauntlet. That is huge.
So that Screw Attack was our progressive item here. That's fun. Alright, then obviously we're just going to see Maniacal go ahead and get that Bryn loop out of the way. There is no reason not to at this point.
And there's our charge beam in the back of Gauntlet. So that's nice.
Got the best item in Super Metroid for offense that isn't named Plasma next to the best item in Link to the Past.
Now that we've seen charge and we know where Plasma is, we're going to get Plasma, probably. Because charge Plasma is awesome.
Right, so how long do you think it takes before Aussie decides to go take that front of Gauntlet dip on a leap of faith here?
It won't take him too much longer. He's going to figure out what he's missing down here. He's not going to be able to get very far.
The problem down here is if you actually see something that'll help you out, like a glove, might make you do a couple extra checks first.
And Maniacal is showing off the first mock ball that I just learned yesterday. The best place to use it because it gives you 4 items.
If you're ever planning on speedrunning Super Metroid, that is the first mock ball you're going to want to learn.
Not that it paid out all that much. This particular...
That's a
nice
theme.
That was a very well played movement from Maniacal, dropping through the crumble floor, then jumping back up through it before he even had the chance to get locked in there. This is probably going to be... Or, never mind. I was going to say, this is probably going to be Aussie's played a gauntlet, but he's going past it again.
He hasn't done Eastern area yet, so that's probably where he's going to go next. And yeah, there he goes up towards Eastern.
It's not a bad play. It's more dense than the one check of Gauntlet, so I understand it. Though you were right there, it wouldn't have been that hard to go up there, check it. If it's nothing, reset. You know.
Yeah, I would almost like to see you do it with Screw Attack, because it in Hard Logic especially, it would be accessible with a very tight ball jump,
which is hard, but not as hard as I thought it would be, because I can do it, and I'm pretty bad at this game. And I lost track of what was going on in Eastern, so I didn't see any other items that we picked up, but it doesn't look like we got anything of value.
Now, the only thing I saw was a pile of 3 bombs, and I didn't catch anything else. Oh, yeah, and that big key. Big key in front. Not a bad thing to know. Alright, so where's our next... Well...
Wow, okay.
I was going to say, where's our next progression or nice-to-have item, and then it just, you know...
So, this seed is saying, Super Metroid, just come here to stay for a little while. High jump, space jump, morph ball, screw attack. I mean, that's like half the game already done. That's at least 2 bosses we can kill.
Archange Duck is actually racing, so you can't blame him for that one.
And I think it was the lovable Miss Metroid who rolled the seed.
Oh no, it was not.
It wasn't? Oh, that's a shame.
We had two doubles. 2 doubles. We had 2 people roll the seed at the same time.
The triple double? Maniacal with that high jump is going to go for the wave gate skip here in Pink Bryn. Made very easy with high jump. And it looks like he got it on the first try.
Want to talk about cursing the seed? Duck rolled the seed, so... Alright, Bressingham cleaning up his CAC checks once again. Gonna find a screw attack. Maybe he chases it without resetting this time?
Hopefully.
We actually had 2 different people roll the seed, but the second seed, which we kept as the goal, was rolled by Duck. So, don't hang the seed roller. Ever. Actually, you should thank them.
Yeah, chat should thank him, but the runners are going to want to hang him. I mean, look at the multi we did. I rolled it, and you wanted to kill me. More power bombs. We're at 25 already. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, that's going to be useful later, too.
That's in the realm of, like, never needing to refill.
Now, the game is not going to expect you to do the Variolous run to Ridley, but if Energy happens to come a little bit sparse moving down into Norfer. The more power bombs and ammunition you have, the more times you can actually crystal flash.
And crystal flashing is kind of a big deal.
I think he was thinking about skipping that, and he said, oh no, $300. Who can say no to $300?
Yeah, that would be pretty helpful. Gives you a little bit closer to Zora money. Ooh, and there's our X-ray on the desert ledge. So we know where all the components of microwave are.
Hey, Bressingham is getting his morph ball and gauntlet.
I bet he's happy to see that there.
Oh, he sure is.
After his early game flub, this should make him feel a little far better, less chance of being behind.
Yep, this puts him the second one on our restream to find that morph ball.
And I like seeing an early morph ball. That makes the game far more tolerable. Well, wow.
Oh, the two
Jeez,
most
Billy Mays.
convenient luxury items in the game right next to each other.
Morph ball bombs and silver arrows in the Billy Mays room. That's really nice. At least you don't have to worry about killing Ganon, because silver arrows, that's like, easy mode.
Yeah, you'd almost think it's the way the game intended, right?
Yeah. I mean, they don't really make it too easy to find in the vanilla game if you're not paying attention.
That is true.
And they don't expect you to, what do they want you to throw in there? Do you just stand there and throw everything in until you figure out what works?
I mean, that's what I did when I was a kid, didn't you?
I don't remember. Probably. Just started throwing things into, because I already knew that if you threw a shield in, you get an upgrade. So I tried the shield, and then I tried the boomerang and everything else, and I was like, oh, whatever. You just go through it, and you get, potions at the bottles and everything.
All right, Maniacal's going to go ahead and scout this item, the Criteria Shaft Super. We can't get it until we see a speed booster, and that, this is good information to have. I like the check.
It's probably missiles. It's just about as useless.
It's a partial refund for the missiles we bought from Bottle Vendor earlier.
Yeah. Not the most useful item there. And Maniacal being up here makes me think that he's going to continue upward and go to Criteria Power Bombs and possibly Red Tower Wrecked Ship. And here goes Aussie, got to get his morph ball. And shoot himself in the foot for it, because he's going to be upset that he didn't get it earlier. I say upset is a really mild term for Aussie. There's nothing that can shake him.
Yeah, this is like, well, that's where it was. Okay, moving on.
I don't think I've ever seen him get tilted, ever.
I would actually hope that Nito does the same thing here. Would really pay off if he did.
It is definitely pointing to a very open Super Metroid seat, and he's going straight for Gauntlet, so yeah.
Oh yeah, that's smart. You're chasing the screw attack and the space jump. Hey, maybe I should come up here. Maybe there's something in the front here. And like you said earlier, it's nice because you get to check it, and you just transitioned over anyway. So if it's nothing, you just reset out, whatever.
And if it is something important like that, you just either, if it's not morph ball, you just screw attack your way back out to the front, or in this case, keep going.
If you missed it, Maniacal just took care of a seldom seen boss.
Yes, I was about to comment on that myself. The Bomb Terizo only activates if you have morph ball bombs in your inventory at the time of activation. And in this case, we do. So he actually was able to stand up and fight for about the 0.5 seconds it took to shoot him in the chest with a super. And Maniacal is probably going to go up to check Criteria Power Bombs and possibly go over to Red Tower and wreck ship, or he may go down to Kraid. I don't know what his decision will be, depending on what he finds. Maybe.
Well, if you find something here, you figure he's going to, chase whatever that is. We find a hook shot, we're probably going down. If we find nothing, well, we can find a bottle. We'll just hold on to that for later, more than likely.
Yeah, that's our first bottle, but we're not going to go chase that right away. Typically, you want to wait to chase that until you get another reason to go back to Kakariko, like a flute. And if I step on your toes more than once, you can feel free to slap me.
I'll just reach through my monitor.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, so we checked the mode item. It is just a vanilla missile, and then he's going straight down.
It makes sense. Nobody wants to do low percent Phantoon. Phantoon sucks. I mean, the Ghost of Argus sucks.
Phantoon is a tough boss no matter what you're doing. He's going to run kill you whether or not you're actually in a decent situation, because either his RNG patterns suck, or your equipment loadout sucks. Take your pick.
Yeah. He's RNG personified. He is the Zoid of Super Metroid. And I did not mean to rhyme that. It just happened.
Honestly, I don't mind making these couple checks before you go back up to wreck ship anyway, if that is what Maniacal's planning on doing.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense. There's 3 checks down here, and if you don't like what you got, you continue on and go down to Kraid and then go up to through Norfer to get to Death Mountain. And come back for wreck ship another time.
Oh.
Especially with the lamp.
Want to say what that lamp does?
Yeah, it opens up Aga.
Did any of our runners check the lumberjack ledge?
Yes, and it was nothing.
Huh.
Somebody in chat said it, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was nothing of import. Super missiles. Thank you, D-Web and Mike's Gaming Experiments. Michael's gonna go check X-Ray. Easily done with Screw Attack and Space Jump. It's basically free.
Yeah, and I do like the move to continue going on down the Red Tower. You have all these checks that you can do one way, otherwise you isolate your X-Ray check anyway. And wreck ship is always just a reset away when you transition worlds and go back to the ship. That's a wave beam.
Hey, everybody wave at the wave beam. Do the wave, you know. I mean, that's a great beam. It increases the damage of your beam and passes through walls.
The single nicest beam upgrade not named Plasma until you find Charge.
It's
actually pretty good.
Charge beam, or I like Spazer.
Spazer's nice to have.
Like, if you can't get Plasma, Spazer's is nice.
Oh, yeah. This wave beam that actually gives us a few options here. You can opt to do some X-Factor strategies on a few of your bosses. Phantoon, Batoon, if you go to Meridia, will be susceptible to it. You can shoot through doors, so those blue gates at the new bridge and going into the wave beam vanilla location are nice.
It's amazing how late in the game the vanilla wave beam actually is, when you could use it so much earlier. But there's another 300 rupees in Spazer, so that's Zora money, and we can't get there yet, logically, but
yeah,
that's not going to stop them from going there.
Our runners know how to fake flipper for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's a question of whether or not somebody goes for it.
I think that they usually like to wait to fake flipper if they have the moon pearl. That way they can check the waterfall fairy at the same time.
Yep.
That way you don't isolate those checks there. And Maniacal is going straight for Kraid.
Yeah, Kraid really only requiring you to have a morph ball, bombs, and some form of ammunition to kill. An easy few checks to get out of the way. Come in here once, you never have to come back again.
Do you think we'll see... Okay, wow, jeez. Okay, game.
Right. So that's a speed booster just there for the taking, and that could be telling us something.
This is insane. That gives you the ability to get to Bubble Mountain without any difficulty.
Yep, Bubble Mountain, that Shaft Super that we already what's the word I'm looking for here? Surveilled. Scouted, that's a good one. Waterway, which Nidourific's going to be able to get this charge item above it. So that's an isolated check we won't be able to do till later. But also, if there happens to be an item...
How many quick kills are we going to see?
Oh, probably 4. The last thing that speed booster does for us, if there happens to be an item at Wreck Ship Reserve, we can get it now. It'd be a one and in and done trip.
That's pretty nice.
I think there was a crate on the screen there, but I didn't see him for very long.
No, he didn't last long at all.
Well, speed booster in hand, screw attack, high jump boots. This got Variolous Norfer possibly written all over it, but you also have a couple things you can do on the mountain first.
Yeah, like find Varia. If it's up
maybe.
there.
You would hope so.
You can rescue the old man and get that save point. You can... Yeah, this is super comfy Super Metroid movement. We've got it all. We've got a grapple, we've got space jump, high jump, screw attack, speed booster. That's everything. We can go anywhere in Super Metroid.
Yeah, everywhere within reason.
As soon as we get our suits, we're going to be in go mode for Super Metroid.
Oh, definitely.
And there's the glove.
We were just talking about rescuing the old man. The old man's in logic, and look at that.
So that gives us plasma. Okay, now the doors are opening really, really big here.
Yeah, now we're incentivized to actually go out of our way to pick up that plasma when we do the sick kid check. Because you're going to start at sync to do your boots check at Bonk Rocks anyway.
I think that magic cape's going to stay there behind Croc.
It might. It might actually be useful for something. We won't know until we have Dark World access. That cape's skating something like a Samaria on Bumper Ledge. Oh boy.
That's true. It could be. We know it's not needed for Aga, so that's a bonus thing.
So not much going on the mountain here.
Yeah, now Maniacal's going to go rescue the old man, get him that save and quick point, because having that save and quick point is very nice in just Link to the Past Rando. It's even more useful in the combo because it gives you extreme access to Norfer. All you do is save and quit to the mountain, and then you're back to Norfer, no problem.
And not just Norfer, but the front of Meridia as well. And vice versa, when you're done with Ridley, you pop out of the mountain, you don't have to worry about getting anything done over here later.
It's a nice moonfall from Bressing. It's such a cool looking thing.
That's that moonfall screw attack that I was talking about earlier. That is probably the nicest place to see it. Just so convenient, just fall in place and then flop right through everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, Bressingham's going to get his wave beam. We're seeing Maniacal do exactly what we just said. Bonk Rock. Oh no, is he going to the back of Escape?
Yeah, he's going to do back of Escape first, then he'll do Bonk Rocks, and then get his Plasma Beam and Sick Kid, probably.
Yep.
He's going to be disappointed by what he finds back here, but you got to make the check. You can't skip a Sphere Zero.
This is not something you just let sit around forever.
Skip a Sphere Zero, and that's, something important that you don't get for 3 hours. That's a problem. Like leaving Zora unchecked, things like that.
I think I see what you did there.
I was hoping you would. Somebody's got to remind him. And he's here.
Shh. Be nice. Be nice. Hey, look, it's Bonterizo. But
Where?
never mind.
I missed it. I missed it.
Yeah, 2 missiles and a super, and it's easy to miss. I'll be curious to see if Aussie does the same thing Maniacal did here.
I'm going to say probably. And this is just a heavy, here's all of your movement items, go do everything. And I was saying in the beginning, hard mode usually gates you more and keeps you less diverging paths, but there's powder. So that's one more thing we can do once we get Dark World access, or Hammer.
That's one of the things that you might see hard mode do, though, too, because there's so many different other options for things to be done in the logic. There are so many other places that your progression can be.
Looks like Maniacal is going to go check Lumberjack because he didn't do it earlier. He wants to make sure that he's not going to get baited into Aga because he's got all the tools. He just wants to make sure he's not missing out on something important here, and that's a good call, a good scout.
Good defensible call. I don't know if I could defend walking down the stairs to make sure that's a super pack, but when you have your boots, if you haven't already done it, you check your Aghanim ledge right away so you know you're not skipping anything that you might actually need to finish the sequence.
Yes, and walking down those steps can be deceptively easy because you get 1 pixel too close when you're trying to see what's up there and you fall. You just walk, you just keep going.
Alright, we'll get to see if Sick Kid is harboring anything for us.
I hope he's harboring a flute. That would be outstanding.
That'd be ideal, almost.
Nope.
But it's just a hamburger. You must be hungry.
I bet that's a spicy hamburger.
Bressingham getting the old 1-3 on Kraid. That's 3 quick kills in 3 runners.
And here comes Plasma Beam. Plus everything else we have, we know we're going to get ourselves a microwave soon, as soon as we get a desert. Plasma Beam is the most beautiful beam in the game. It's green, which is my favorite color, and it does a ridiculous amount of damage. Fully charged beam combo does 900 damage per charge shot, 750 without Ice Beam. I don't know how much it is without Wave, but we'll get Wave too, so Wave Plasma, that's a lot of damage.
I'm pretty sure Charge Plasma Ice is 600. Yeah, we are seeing Nidoריfic be the first player on our restream to go to Wrecked Ship here.
I'm actually kind of hoping to see a barren Wrecked Ship, just nothing.
I'll get Wrecked Ship.
The Get Wrecked Ship, yes, that would be perfect. And Maniacal is going to give us a hell run to the Ice Beam location.
Spooky missiles are spooky missiles. Imagine that.
Yeah, go figure. And 300 more rupees in the Ice Beam location. Holy cow. We are swimming in loot today.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Maniacal turn this down Crumble Tower and just go straight to Crocomire.
You're probably right. It's not a bad decision to make at all, especially with Speed Booster. And it spits you out on the backside near Bubble Mountain.
Look out, it's the Ghost of Argus! As we've called him. Good old Fantoon. The RNG boss of Super Metroid.
And here's Croc! And there goes Croc!
And Maniacal doing the moonwalk with Crocomire, as one does.
Charged Plasma Beam, one-shots Croc. It's not designed to be used on this boss. Well,
Hey.
There's the flute. Always bet on Croc! Always bet on Croc! Now, the flute in the combo randomizer is not hard required, because you can get to Misery Mire via lower Norfer, but it sure does make moving in Zelda way faster.
Absolutely does. Niterific having a little bit of trouble with Fantoon here, but should have him done on this cycle. There's the super. There goes a
Very
ghost.
nicely done. Fantoon does a lot of damage. The fireballs do, I believe, 40, and hitting him does more, and he can pop out and hit you with any number of them anytime he wants. He's kind of a jerk like that.
Right, we see just super missiles at the Crocomire Power Bomb location, so we've got a couple other things we can do here that Maniacal is going to opt to backdoor into grapple.
That's an interesting choice.
I mean, you got speed. I mean, is this faster? Question mark?
I don't think so. But I don't know. I'm not a fast runner, so I wouldn't know what's fast and what's not.
Alright, let's see if Wreckship has anything for Niterific. With that ghost out of the way, we see an E-Tank. I didn't see the left side super item. Then again, I didn't see it yesterday either.
There's an E-Tank at the grapple location. And a heart piece in Indiana Jones room, or whatever this room's called.
Just a bottle.
So that flute and the cape are the only two things behind Croc that are even remotely worth coming down here for. Nice shine spark out. That's very beautiful.
We'll see Niterific took that customary safety save before the spike room of death. This is easy to get through, but you might just reset out of the location here.
Yeah, it's not a bad decision.
You don't want to pick it up.
Spike room of death is named as such because it's very deadly. The spikes on the floor, I think, do 80, and the falling spikes do, I think, 120. So if you don't make it through there flawlessly like Nito did, you can die very quickly.
Yeah, the platforms are 200 without a suit, actually. So one wrong turn as you're jumping, and you could go right through it and just get spiked
and die. Because that's game over. But it was just 5 missiles in the Wreckship E-Tank, so he reset out because it's easier, it's faster. And now we'll see what the Wreckship Attic has for us. Meanwhile, Maniacal is making his way to Bubble Mountain via the Frog Speedway. And we're in Bubble Mountain. There's the red cane.
All right, that's a good spot for a red cane.
The red cane is not only a fairly decent weapon for certain bosses, it's also required to do 2 dungeons, and also does some really neat things for some of the dungeons, like Swamp Palace and Ice Palace, for example. It really opens up some new tricks that have been discovered recently.
Niterific finding all the vanilla missiles in Wreckship.
So Wreckship is so far busted, a bust, as I said it would be.
Let's give it these last few checks here over the ocean. There's a hook shot in the reserve.
Wheel.
Oh,
wow.
Boy.
Norfer is stacked.
Yeah, that hook shot gives us the east side of Death Mountain. That is its free 7-8 checks for us there. And it's just a little bit of love on the reserve tank option in Wreckship, so that speed booster not really giving us much here.
Did somebody forget to make this a hard logic seed? Like, what's going on here?
What do you mean? We're in Norfer without a Various suit and finding probably required progression.
There's a bottle in the missiles in the sky.
Let's see. What are you doing, Maniacal? Oh, you're going to Crystal Flash. That's what you're doing.
It's faster than trying to farm your health up from those bugs there. Because now you just run.
When you've got a max of 6 plus 2 and you already had only 2, you could sit there and try to refill your health all day. But if you're down on any amount of ammunition, it does kind of add up how much time you spend.
Well, speed boosters got nothing.
I don't know. Even with the beam combo, the supers are going to be nice to have anyway.
They definitely make Ridley easier. And Nidorific's going bowling, although he stepped over the foul line and accidentally walked through the floor.
And a perfect gutter ball, as usual, for the Chozo statue.
He really needs to have some bowling lessons. There's gravity at the wave beam missiles location.
And even more money at the missile below reserve, and just a heart container around the gravity. So you called it. It's a get wrecked ship.
Definitely a get wrecked ship. There's literally no reason to go to wreck ship.
Well, there's one reason.
Except to kill Fantoon. Except to kill Fantoon.
Yeah, it's just X-ray climb out of out of the Golden Four room. It's not legal, but it is free.
So that's a disappointing wreck ship, and that's going to hurt Nito, because the next person who goes there may not check all those items, because they might be in go mode by the time they get back there. Who knows?
So Maniacal fixing for another crystal flash here.
Where is he headed this time? He's headed
checking.
out.
Oh, that's a mirror in Cathedral.
I'm glad you saw it, because I didn't. That's Tower of Hera access, and he's going to pop out on the mountain right next to Tower of Hera. So I'm going to put some money on Maniacal going straight to Tower of Hera, even though it's a pendant.
He's got a couple things going on here. He's got that, and he's got the hook shot for the east side of the mountain. So now Death Mountain has absolutely got all the arrows pointing at it. But let's wait and see, because that gravity suit came in here too, and we can fully clear Meridia.
Right, Hera is the 5/6 crystal. My bad, I got it mixed up. You're right. Oh, you think I would have noticed that by looking at the tracker? I did, but I didn't, because I'm just bad.
And we are going to follow that hook shot. Really a very good idea. This is 8 free checks that you can make. You can hook right back across and go straight to Hera after this if you don't see a hammer.
Could also save and quit to the old man's cave, which might be faster. I don't know.
I'm not sure either. I'd almost say it's a push. With boots, having to dodge the sky cabbages either way.
Oh, it would be great if we got hammer here. We just didn't have to do that. We just walk ourselves across the top. And on the top half of Paradox Cave are 5 more checks. You gotta kill these stupid mini Moldorms so they don't mess with you. There's a heart container, a missile, the ice beam, so we're basically Quispy already.
We're quippy.
Yeah, we're not gonna get Spazer, but being quippy that's max beam combo.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're not gonna get Spazer. You could see Spazer just pop up in a chest where you least expect it.
True.
And yet, for all intents and purposes, we are a Varia away from Super Metroid Go mode right now.
Mm-hmm.
And some of our runners do play reverse boss order, so I would say a run to Ridley is not out of the question without Varia.
I did not see what was on the floating island. It looks like it might have been important, but I think it might be missiles. I couldn't tell.
One of our trackers minded me saying it looked like a key.
If it is a key, we're in trouble.
Well,
Key Sanity is in testing still. I can't wait for it, but I don't want to calm one of those.
Think your head goes on crooked just playing one of these?
Yeah, I mean, this
Sanity
is
comes out.
This is a 4 or 5 hour seed. You're talking with key sanity, probably even with runners of this caliber. So Maniacal did save and quit back to the old man cave, and now he's going to go up and clear Hera. We have fire source. We have everything we need to clear it. So this is a free 5/6 crystal. Although I didn't see what he got in Spiral Cave. And Green Pendant Swamp, Red Pendant Mire, other 5/6 crystal is Thieves Town. So that's a super open pyramid fair.
Very open. The one thing that we need to know is we don't know where our 2 rods are. We got medallions to hunt for both, for Turtle Rock possibly.
We got Quake and Bum. Where did we get Bombos from?
BC Bombos?
Bressingham has Bombos. Bombos is a misclick. Okay.
You know, Boots, Bombos, they both start with Bo.
So does Bo. And Maniacal's going for a Harapot. I'm guessing that we're fire. Oh no, he's got a big key. What's he doing? What are you doing?
Saving time is what he's doing.
Only if you get it right the first try, which he didn't. If you don't get it the first time, you're wasting time.
If you missed it, that was 4 out of 4 great quick kills on stream.
Down goes Fantoon for the second time on Bressingham's screen.
Yeah, even if you have the big key in Hera, doing Harapot does save you the climb up the tower to the 3rd floor. 4th floor, excuse me.
Yeah, there's a lot of floors here.
Here's your key.
There's your map. So I don't remember if we saw a compass yet or not. So it's probably a 50-50 shot of there being an item in the base, the fire locked in the basement. Get your 07s in chat for the Hylian National Anthem. Enter Trolldorm. 1, 2, 3 spins to his tail, and that's game over for Trolldorm.
Well, I guess we're going
to the compass. Sorry, I stepped on you there.
I don't know who stepped on who.
What?
Can't feel my toes.
What is Nito doing?
Is Nito doing? I think he just broke it for later.
He also saved it.
Oh, I bet you he's probably doing a little reset point to check out Waterway and X-Ray. But he already has Wave Beam, so it's Waterway, definitely.
And Maniacal went back to Tower of Hera to get the fire-locked item in the basement.
Fortunately, we know for Nito, he's not going to find a gravity suit at Waterway. But it is a check to get it out of the way, so you know what it is.
Could be Arvaria, for all we know. Could be an Ice Rod. Could be Flippers. Could be Greg. I'm going to go with Greg.
Greg, the green rupee of eternal glory, so coined. I'd say we've already seen my favorite item. That's gone.
Yep, and that one, they're not getting that one either. That one's staying there.
Oh no, that's staying right where it is.
Oh, is it an Ice Rod in the basement of Hera? There's a Fire Rod in the basement of Hera. Oh, so the Fire Rod was fire locked.
That's great. All right, and that's some information that we still need. We still haven't found a Moon Pearl, by the way.
Maniacal is just galaxy braining this seed right now.
And just another bottle. So that's going to be a reset for Nito.
Yeah, and Aussie's facing on Fantoon with his charged plasma, or he's got no energy tanks, and what, just 96 health? That's kind of scary.
Are you kidding? This is free. What are you talking about?
Okay, for somebody of Aussie's caliber, yeah, this is easy mode. For me, I'd be in panic mode.
Maniacal, the first of our runners to take a trip into Meridia with that gravity suit.
Jeez, Fantoon's gone already?
I don't believe in ghosts, so I mean...
He obliterated that boss.
Only takes a couple cycles with that beam combo as it is. 900, 1800. Whoops, Fantoon is dead.
To answer a question in chat, yes, Aga Ledge could still be, or the Pyramid Ledge could have the Moon Pearl, and that would require an Aga kill. Because there's no other way to legally get there.
Well, I mean,
in these particular settings.
I'm no lawyer, but you know, you probably could.
I'm pretty sure the Racing Council would not be happy if you sequence broke that hard.
No.
I don't know what the price you pay is for cheating like that in this community. Not that I'd want to find them. I don't want to find out.
So
I mean, if you're gonna cheat at a community race, we don't want you in our community. You know.
You're gonna cheat. Well, same thing applies. Tournament race, community race. Come on now. All about integrity and having fun. You don't have to win. Come on. Oh, that's a beautiful attic for Aussie.
It's a shame it's a get wrecked ship. It really is.
It's the kind of wreck ship that you'd like to go back to and finish out in go mode. But our runners don't know that in this situation. That just kind of sucks.
I know for a fact that Aussie and Nito both did get their power gloves. So yes. They have all been to high jump location.
All right, Michael.
Go ahead.
Michael's going to do a little save here, and I think we're going to see what's in the sand pits.
Probably also the aqueduct item.
See, with Speed Booster, I like to just go ahead and get Aqueduct out of the way before I save, but that's just me. Well, in this case, it's defensible. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I think if the way things are going, he's going to check the sand pits and probably clear out the rest of Meridia, and if he doesn't find anything, he's going to come back down to the right sand pit, check Shack Tool on the way out.
He went down the right sand pit first. And look at that Galaxy Brain play. And
that was a required hell run by logic.
It sure was. That's one other thing that it does now, is now that we have access to get easily into the screw attack location and that portal into Mire, Moon Pearl could be in Checkerboard Cave.
Could be on Golden Terrazzo as well.
But first, everybody say hello.
Yeah, and as chat said, we are in go mode for Super Metroid at 58 minutes in. That's gross.
Bonk.
Whoops.
I'm going to go ahead and check it, find out it's a heart container, leave it there.
I think Crystal Flash is one of the coolest things in this game.
It's one of those things it's in the demo reel for the game. The little attraction teaser for what you can do in the game. But in no way, when I was a kid, did anything ever indicate to me, hey, I can do this.
Yeah, it never tells you how. You just have to figure it out on your own.
Like some of the attacks in Mortal Kombat.
Well, Shack Tool just had $20.
But, we found Varia. We're not resetting out of here.
No, we're definitely not resetting.
Christingham's going to go ahead and continue his hell run. He'll get a hook shot here at Norfer Reserve and then probably do the same thing everyone else has done, hit the mountain. Well, first he's going to hit the lava bath here.
Maniacal let Shack Tool live. He's earned my respect.
Shack Tool did nothing wrong. He's just doing his job.
Well, so is Crockemeyer, but we go down there and murder him every game.
Oh, no, Crockemeyer doesn't even have a job. He just lives there. You just barge into his house and shoot him. That makes you a serial killer, you know. In all seriousness, always bet on Crockemeyer. It's a shame you have to kill him to get his items, but, you know.
Can you even kill Mama Turtle?
She has an HP value, but I think she's immune to all forms of damage. Someone in chat will probably correct me.
Not that I want to, I just never knew you could. Maniacal's going to Lower Norfair. He's out.
I mean, it's a really good call, honestly. Lower Norfair, you get to do the checkerboard checks at the very least. You can dip Independent Desert if you really wanted to here, too.
I know what he's doing. He's getting that X-ray scope off of the desert ledge.
Oh, either way. I feel like if you're going in this direction, you're going to Lower Norfair. And there's no reason not to just go ahead, check what you can in that area, knowing that you have a flute. You can come back later as soon as you find your mitts, provided they're not locked within. So you get that X-ray, and you're going to be able to microwave Phantoon, Botwoon, Dragon. But also, you come through here, take out Ridley all in one shot, and you probably don't have to come back.
Yeah, then you mean at this point you could even kill Mother Brain and just be like, yeah, Super Metroid's done.
Seeing some nice short charge tech from both Niterific, Aussie. We saw, I think, Maniacal went into Meridian and showed us a little bit, right? Yeah, he did. That's where he got his Varia.
And there is Maniacal doing the only hard space jump locked location in the entire game.
That explains why it looked like a key. That's a shovel on the floating island.
I mean, it's a key of sorts.
It's a ground key. It opens up the earth.
And there is the ice rod in Showcase Showdown. So it's logically and hard space jump locked. Oh my god.
Seat is turning very free, very fast here. Uh-oh. What's the catch?
This is the craziest hard mod logic seat I've seen in a while. Gold Terizo getting obliterated by a charged ice plasma beam shots, just hitting him twice for 900 damage a pop. Woo! Yeah, as our track reminded me, said we're going to dang near be in Moon Pearl Go mode at this point.
Alright, we see a Bombos requirement for Pendant Misery Mire. Good chance that our runners aren't going to be stepping in there unless something goes horribly off the rails moving on the line.
I mean, it could be Hammer in there somewhere on Vidi or something, or, something on PED.
I don't want to talk about an item on PED or on Vitreous. I don't want to talk about an item being on Green Pendant.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but you did. I know that's a very sensitive subject for you. No, well, Eleanor's calling you out. Sounds like
I'm
a
the
challenge.
only person I know who can get mad about last location in Green Pendant and an ice rod hunt, and still winning a race.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
All right, we do have the Agena check coming in late here from Maniacal. I would imagine that he goes ahead and grabs that X-ray, and I still think if I'm in his position, I at least look at the front of Desert.
Bressingham is going into Suitless Meridia.
Bressingham, why?
Suitless Meridia sucks.
And I don't think he did most of the hell runs. He did a lot of them. Did he not go to Wavebeam?
Apparently not.
Oh, that's going to feel really bad when he goes back later.
And there's our X-ray scope for our fully charged, fully powered up microwave beam. Down goes Dragon. I didn't even, barely notice there was a boss fight up there.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it, but those are some Shine Spark any percent tech that we get to see from Aussie there. And gets the blue suit for his trouble. He's going to be able to just reverse through Coliseum.
Left sand pits have nothing.
I don't know. I like that 10 arrow pack. I like that.
Well, you're one of the few people who do.
You give me a bow and I'll literally shoot anything that's vulnerable to it.
Especially if that bow has silvers on it.
Yeah, the silver arrows will actually hit a lot of enemies that regular arrows will not. So definitely worth the price of doing business.
Especially considering how free the silvers were today.
Meteorific's going to get his various suit. And I would imagine he's just going to leave.
By the way, Desert Palace was boots locked. The big key was on the torch. So far, the rest of it's fairly empty. And I think that's I don't think we go to the back. Well, I lied.
I think this is actually not a bad call. There might be an item on Lamo. I didn't actually count.
I think there is.
That would make sense, actually. And then in this particular instance, you're here, you get it out of the way. On the off chance you do see something on the pedestal, it's very likely that you end up having to come back here later and just spending time. You're here, you've already done most of the dungeon, just take care of it, why not?
At this point, the only item that could be on the pedestal that is required to beat the game is the bow.
It'd be a very nice place for it, wouldn't it?
No, not really. I mean, nice for chat, and nice for you and me, but not nice for the runners.
You know, there's one other thing that could be there. If Turtle Rock is Ether...
Very true.
But that's just worst case scenario discussion there.
All I'm saying is if we didn't have the runners, we wouldn't have a race. And if you didn't have a race, we wouldn't be here putting it on for you. So you gotta shout out the runners, because without them, this isn't happening.
Yeah, lots of love for these runners. They put on a great show the entire 1 versus 1 tournament. They come in and race every so often. Speaking of Ether, the absolute mad lad that is Maniacal in this seed. All right, so Pedestal can only have bow at this point. Well, no, it can still have a book or like a mushroom. You know? I'm just giving chat ideas now, aren't I?
That'd be hilarious. Pedestal on bow, pedestal or a book on pedestal is hilarious because once you pick up the book and you read the pedestal, it says this is a paradox, and that's one of the funniest flavor texts in the game. Now, Maniacal Super Bunny hid away into the Meyer shed to get junk.
See if Aussie allows for shack tools to survive today.
Maniacal's on his way to fight Ridley.
Yeah, this has got to be some comfortable territory for Maniacal. You've got 35 supers, you got the full beam combo, you've got X-ray scope to make things smoother later on. You get all these checks out of Ridley's lair and Lower Norfer, and you basically have the ability to do whatever the heck you want in Super Metroid.
This is a free Super Metroid seed. For sure. Like, this is... I mean, you've got everything. We've got everything we could possibly want in Super Metroid. I think the only upgrade we haven't seen is Spacer Beam, and nobody wants to see that. I mean, want Spring Ball is a want it. Yeah, we don't need it.
Yes, for the memes.
Yeah, I like. Don't get me wrong. I like Spacer. I like it. It's one of my favorite beams. But we don't want to see it right now because it's not relevant.
And Nito's carrying the sign up the mountain with him.
It's gonna make an offering with it. That's interesting.
Offering to the skies. An offering to the cave entrance. It's twirling in place with it too, so I mean...
Here comes Power Bombs of Shame for $20.
Even more shameful than the power bombs, to be honest.
Yeah, that's insulting.
It's one thing that we haven't actually seen yet. Did anyone go to Plasma?
No.
Huh.
Maniacal just annihilating those gold pirates with the plasma beam.
Alright, Bressing has got his Varia suit. He's on his way out. He will find a gravity suit. Oh no, no. Bressingham, don't go to Shack
He's
Tool.
doing suitless Shack Tool. And he's gonna, with the equipment he has, he's gonna have to ice clip because you can't get up there otherwise. Can you?
I
No,
think
you
it
can't.
just takes a very, very well placed gravity jump.
He doesn't have gravity. He can't do gravity jump.
So what is he trying to? No, he thought about it. I don't think you can do ice clip without gravity.
Oh, that's a good point. So you can't get to Shack Tool period without a suit.
All right, so I'd sound like, no, don't go this way. I don't think you can do anything over here. Meanwhile, while we're talking here, Maniacal is making really quick work of Ridley.
Yeah, really quick work because he's dead.
Who's dead?
Ridley's dead.
Rip Ridley.
Rip.
And just a little bit of love.
Yay, the best music.
Aussie will be able to grab an ice rod and cool off here in just a moment. And we see our old friend Moldorm again.
It's interesting to see people take the route to Showcase Showdown because normally they like to go in through the portal or go in through the other side so they don't have to necessarily have to fight Golden Chorizo. But I like this play. But with having space jump and just going straight forward, I mean, it's a good call, and it pays out for these runners because nobody likes doing an ice rod hunt.
Say that again.
Especially when it turns out to be on Vitreous or, Green Pendant or something.
Whatever. It happens.
It does happen.
That's why no one likes an ice rod hunt. No one likes a medallion hunt. The only places these items can be is not behind their respective locked dungeons. So ice rod can't be on Trinex, can't be on Pyramid Fairy if it's a 5/6. The medallions can't be in the dungeons that they're required to have entered with. There's the Moon Pearl.
Mountain Ridley has the Moon Pearl. That's... Jeez. All we need is a hammer and a bow.
It had to be.
Well, Logically,
No,
flippers.
the Moon Pearl kind of had to be, because we're actually pretty much out of stuff we can do here.
And not just... We still don't have full Dark World access either.
Oh, you're right. We're still looking for a mitt or a hammer to kill off Aga.
Yeah. I think Maniacal's going to go kill Dragon before he leaves Super Metroid for good.
Mind of me is right. The fake flipper from Meridia is something I was alluding to earlier today while discussing a seed with somebody. If you have a Moon Pearl and you know there might be an item on the ledge, that's one of the ways you can get to it.
It's true. It could be a logically required Aga Seed, but it could also just be somewhere completely different. And we have a running Peach on Aussie's side.
Very
I don't know why.
hungry.
I have no idea why the Peach is the bunny sprite for an eggplant, but
I know why, and I'm not gonna say it.
oh,
Yep.
so it's like that, is it?
You know,
I just never really viewed it in that context, but I get it now.
you see a bunch of Kappas and a Monka S in chat. I think they're well deserved.
It took me a minute for me to figure out what Mind of Me was talking about. She said, poor innocent SFD. I was like, what does SFD mean? Then it dawned on me.
Chat, let's be real here. Temper is the exact opposite of innocent.
mm-hmm. You just get my innocent side, because on speed gaming I have to be.
Yeah, we did have a... Oh boy. Yeah, that's... The fire rod is in Hera basement, and leaving that there is not good.
Flippers for Nito? I didn't see flippers.
No, flippers are not in Paradox Cave. We haven't seen them yet.
It was
See,
Ice Beam.
There's our shovel again.
I bet our flippers are buried. That'd be funny.
Who would bury a good pair of swim feet?
I mean, the same person who buries a flute.
Who would bury a flute?
The Stumpy.
And Stumpy used to be a flute-playing kid, so... Just blame it on the dog or something, I don't know.
That's not very nice. You can't blame everything on the dog.
Well, I mean, dog ate my homework, dog ate my charge beam.
I mean, that's impressive.
What's a kid doing with a charge beam anyway? Alright,
That's a good question.
Real talk. Where is Nito going? He has not checked Bonk Rocks. He hasn't gone back to pick up Plasma Beam, that's right.
A dog with a charged bark? That'd be interesting.
It's just Bolt. Disney Pixar's Bolt.
And here comes Botswoon. And here goes Botswoon.
And we see Aussie utilizing that Ice Rod to do a quick 6-shot kill.
Which is
on
actually the
Lamboys.
way the game intended you to kill them.
The game doesn't actually tell you where the Ice Rod is until kind of late, right?
Sahasrara, when you pick up the Pegasus boots from him, tells you to get something interesting in the lake, at the lake, and that's the item he's talking about, is the Ice Rod in the Ice Rod Cave. Because he says that could be useful to you in desert.
Ah. And you know, it just tells you how long it's been since I played the vanilla game. Oh boy.
I mean, I only know that because chat talks about it all the time.
That's fair. So there's that mirror. And we get to see another Dragon. Maniacal's probably got that microwave hot and ready to go.
Oh yeah, he's gonna nuke the crap out of this shrimp.
It said microwave, not nuke.
I mean, you're using radiation, which is inherently nuclear. It's a lot of gamma rays, gamma radiation, because X-rays or gamma rays are pretty similar. I'm going to a science class here, and Dragon's dead. Actually, it'd be more of physics than philosophy, just for kick. Nuclear physics are kind of entertaining to think about, in my opinion.
Oh, that's 3 of the bosses down for Maniacal at this point.
You think he's gonna just go mode wreck ship and then leave? Just kill Phantoon and bounce? Or do you think he's gonna clear it?
You know, I don't think you just bounce at this point. You still don't know where some of your progression is, although that Moon Pearl is something to chase. Tell you what he is going to do, though, is he's going to take this save that I like to take before I check Plasma.
It's not a bad call. It gets you, especially in the combo, it gives you real close access to the Dark Ice Rod Cave, and it's a heck of a distance from Plasma back here. Bressingham's not happy about finding gravity at the wave beam location.
I don't know what's more impressive, the fact that he slugged out the Meridia without gravity suit, or the fact that he had perfect aim with that super.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
it's not fun.
I'm pretty sure he much rather would have done hell runs than suit this Meridia.
He's taking Remembered Highway, as they call it in the Super Metroid community, all the way down to the Lava Dive. He's going to go to Lord Norfer.
Not a bad call. We know that's where the value is. What does Plasma Beam have for us today? Is it something, or is it resetting?
I think you keep it.
Yeah, you keep that. That's hard to say no to.
I mean,
he thought about it. He's like, do I keep this?
Oh, you know that fourth sword is sitting in Ganon's tower somewhere, and you might not even see it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's you have to say yeah. You have to say yes to that because you're never coming back here.
I'd say you keep it, but you don't feel happy about keeping it.
Yeah, exactly.
I disagree a little bit. It's going to make a lot of your combat in Link to the Past just purely faster.
Especially considering we
it's
still
not
have
nice to go check.
We still have 6 crystal dungeons to clear.
There was so much more to do.
That's a good point.
The one time you might actually kick yourself is if you go into the first dungeon in the Dark World and you get a sword in an early check, and it's just like, well, I didn't need that.
But butter's never bad.
As the chat likes to say, I can't believe it's not progression. Oh, Bressingham. Bressingham did the back door to Gold Terizo, and he is going to see an ice rod up there. Oh, and there's
he's like, nope, I'm out.
You save first, so that's the right call.
Yeah, and that's the call the play I would have made, because I very rarely will check space jump because there's never anything there, except when there is. Aussie's about to get his Moon Pearl.
You know, Maniacal opting to do the fake flipper and then take the whirlpool, so now he's on the northeast side of the Dark World.
Gonna go check Catfish and Pyramid Ledge, because if the hammer's on Pyramid Ledge or there's a mitt on Pyramid Ledge, then we know it's a logically required Agaseed.
It's not exclusively limited to Pyramid Ledge either. It could be here at Catfish, could be in Pod.
Truth.
And if I had $1 for every time I did a seed that required me to do Aga, and I broke it by backdooring Meridia to find flippers in Pod, I'd have about $6 or $7 in the past week alone.
Yeah, that's true. What do you got for us, Catfish? Is it something groundbreaking? No.
And I don't think he's done Zora, because we didn't have a glove until...
Nobody's done Zora yet. So...
No one's come into this area since.
Watch Flippers Beyond Zora. That'd be hilarious. Was that a hammer?
It looked like a hammer. Is hammer locked by Flippers?
Was that a hammer?
Reminded me one of our trackers saying, OMG, vanilla flips, could it be?
No.
It is not.
He's going to do splash deletion.
He sure is. You've got all the ingredients to splash delete here. You got a cane, you got a red boomerang.
Well, isn't that interesting? It absolutely is a hammer. Confirmed. I'd say he's probably going to go get a water walk, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, but he knows that Flippers are somewhere in the Dark World, and they have to be somewhere close, right?
I would say they have to be behind somewhere near Aga, probably Pyramid Ledge, or let's early pod.
Let's actually think about this a little bit. Even if it isn't Flippers, there has to be some form of progression over here in East Dark World.
Yes.
But Maniacal might not know that. He has not done Wrecked Ship yet, and that goes back to the do you think he go modes Wrecked Ship? I don't think you do. Even knowing where that hammer is, you still don't know where your bow is.
I'm really surprised that he didn't check Pyramid Ledge.
So we are officially going out of logic here.
He's going to check King's Tomb and Graveyard Ledge first. Oh, and Bressingham moving the block and not making it go away.
Well, we were not in logic because we used the Metroid entrance. We're out of logic because we did a fake flipper, and we're not supposed to be over here, I think. Yeah, I guess we are in logic, just not in sequence.
Very interesting seed so far.
We're doing the good old Aga skip is what we're doing. More missiles, yikes.
Well, we do know that flippers are required, even though we don't need to go to Swamp Palace. We still need them because we needed them to get to Ice Palace, and in this case, we need them to get our hammer, which is the thing that's one of the keys that's keeping us from full Dark World access.
We've pretty much seen all. I think we've seen all of Super Metroid to this point. So everything from this moment forward is what do we got going on in Link to the Past?
Yeah, this is now just an ALTTPR. The only other Super Metroid we're going to see is when we go kill Mother Brain.
It's a Link to the Past rando with a bonus boss at the end.
Yeah, it's the boss surprise. Pyramid Ledge had nothing. Or not Pyramid, Bumper Ledge.
Oh, it had 10 arrows. That's not nothing.
Yeah,
the cape
pretty close to nothing.
Is pretty much useless here.
I know you like your arrows, but they're not that useful when you have 40.
Forget how many arrows you currently have. They're not that useful without a bow.
Truth.
So, to answer a question in chat, we have not yet been in the direction of Hype Cave. I would imagine that we're going to just loop around the Dark World till we get there, and probably find our alternate access to Dark World somewhere our mitts have to be. Just not sure where.
This could be vanilla.
Sure could. A big shout-outs to 101 Raiders coming over from Speed Gaming 2. You're watching the Super Metroid and Link to the Past Combo Randomizer Community Race. A hard logic seed today. These 4 runners putting on one heck of a show for us.
I mean, Maniacal's just going to full clear Skull Wolves while he's here.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. Skullwoods is another one of those, you hop in, you take care of it, you hop out, and it's gone. It's done, taken care of, gone, bye.
And it's Crystal. And we need it, so might as well.
Yeah, that's the one advantage he has right now. He is the only of our 4 runners on Restream, as far as I'm aware, that has gone to Hera Basement for the Fire Rod. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're right. And Aussie just did this very interesting, I don't even know what to call it, skip to get over to the pyramid lid. I have no idea how he did what he did, but that was pretty impressive.
And that was a lot of nothing.
Yeah, Pyramid Fairy was 5 rupees, otherwise known as a bloopy.
At least it was blue and not green. Alright, so we're going to see a Mothula kill here from Maniacal, and it's, you know, Tempered Sword is going to make this a little bit easier than any other circumstance.
You've got Ether, just blow them up. So, to answer a question in chat from Silverbane, 1977, hard mode logic requires some more in-depth Super Metroid tricks. Things such as hell runs, lava dives, suitless meridia, continuous wall jumps to get into ship, mock balls, ice clips, snail clips, a lot of the more advanced movement tech to get through the game. It takes that into account for logic, whereas normal mode doesn't take into those tricks into effect for logic.
We see a a splash deleted fake flipper from Aussie.
Well done, Aussie. Aussie's a true one of the best, and when he comes into these tricks, he does that kind of stuff all the time. For a swag net, that's super helpful. Well, we can kill Aga now.
So, further proving that Mothula is scary at first, but if you know what you're doing with that Tempered Sword, down easy.
I didn't even notice it. You did already? Wow.
And it makes me wonder why he spent so much time trying to save magic by sorting the Gyptos when he didn't even touch his Fire Rod in that fight.
Well, to be fair, Mothula also gave him an easy fight by not getting up into the crystal spikes there. He just stayed low, and here we go with another splash deletion from Aussie to try to get that hammer.
He's got the boomerang out, and it didn't do what he wanted it to do.
I have to agree with you, Talfon. Those gravity jumps are actually pretty easy, to be honest. Well, we got our first change of clothes in the C-shape house. And in the Abominable Hut here in, I almost called it Dark Kakariko, otherwise known as the Village of Outcasts.
So, Aussie's going to go for this again. He has stored another water walk. And
he's going to go for a fake flipper now, too.
He's going for a stored water walk this time?
Yep.
That's not a bad idea. Alright, Nitorific's got his Moon Pearl. Bressingham, after a quick visit to Ridley, will get his Moon Pearl. And then these two gentlemen have not finished. I don't think they finished Meridia yet, so they'll have a choice. to what they get to do next.
The Maniacal has entered made his way into Thieves Town. It is going to be hammerlocked. Well, it might be hammerlocked. At least we know where the hammer is, but it could be hammerlocked.
Well, the last item, maybe.
Yes.
And Solski with the splash deletion.
Not Solski.
It's not Solski, it's Aussie. That eggplant, though!
The eggplant is so. Nobody uses it but Solski.
Everybody knows. That's okay, I'll take it, chat. You throw it at me. Let's see the tomatoes. No, Aussie gets the stored water walk and gets that hammer. He's got alternate Dark World access. And he's going to put it to use to be right here on Maniacal's heel. It's one thing that he didn't do is Tower of Hera.
He may be wanting to do that as a 7th crystal.
Well, that's not going to work because of where the fire rod is.
No, it's not. But sometimes it's not a. Sometimes runners want to do that.
Yeah, I think if you're reading into the logic a little bit, you look at Tower of Hera and you look at where it is in the logic chain based on what you've gotten, and I would almost be inclined to do it, over Turtle Rock before you think about what you're going to do for your 7th crystal. And that's Ridley taken care of for Bressingham. So in a moment, he's going to go up through that escape sequence and grab a Moon Pearl.
So far, Thieves Town has been pretty tame. There's not really much here.
So we're seeing Flipper on Pyramid Fury in chat. Unfortunately, the logic wouldn't allow that unless, actually it would. It would actually further require Aga.
I'm pretty sure this is a logical Aga seed, anyway.
Yeah, it would require logical Aga for that to be a thing. So that we already know about.
The 50-50 shot that the last item's on blind.
Alright, so we've got blind, and the pun of the day is...
Something about a chimney sweep.
We dusted that one off, I think.
He's doing a good job dancing with blind. Not staying quite on script, but doing a very good job of killing it. Down goes blind for the final item in the game, or in the dungeon, so it's Greg.
It's the final item in the game, the green rupee of eternal glory. And yeah, mind of me, just giving us a little bit of logic help here. Absolutely, we know it's an Aghanim required seed, but we don't know where the progression that gives us our flippers will actually turn up here.
Yes, I would say could be. I'm thinking pod, because when you get to, well, we do have hook shot, so it does give you the whole left side as well.
It gives you the entire long way to left side too.
And it could be Hype Cave. It could be Hype Cave. It could be expecting you to kill Aghanim, go north, and hook shot across to go west, then come all the way back around to the south and get your flippers to have to mirror, and then go to Zora. It could be, because that's the way the randomizer is. It likes to be a jerk.
Make as many gripes about the name Hype Cave as you want, for as old as it is and ingrained in the Link to the Past community, but it's hype when you find a speed booster and a morph ball there, I'll say that much.
And it's definitely Hyper Gripe Cave when you find missiles and bombs and rupees.
Rupees.
And honestly, if it came down to it and I had to do something Splash Delusion-like to try to get to the bomb, because you can't just walk the red bomb to the pyramid without having Aga dead. You'd have to do some shenanigans. And I can't do those, so I would just kill Aga at that point.
Yeah, but if you do know how to do that little bomb duplication trick, that saves you so much time. Alright, chat, get ready for this set of 5 checks. What are we going to find in this cave?
It's going to be a Hyper Gripe Cave. It's not starting off okay.
Hey, there they are.
Oh my goodness! Wow! Both of them are there!
And just like that, pending requirement of Medallion into Turtle Rock, we are in bow mode.
Yep, we are definitely in bow mode.
We are looking for a bow, and we don't know where. And it could be anywhere except on Helma, on Armus Knights.
Or Gannis Tower. Obviously.
Yeah.
Wow, this seed is so free.
We are aware that Austin's stream appears to be down in, he has said, dropping all the frames. We're going to have to look into that.
No, Maniacal's going to go get the hammer first, and then he's going to do, Pyramid Fairy, I think. Or maybe he's just going to start clearing Crystal Dungeons.
I mean, he doesn't really have anything wrong he can do here. You go grab your hammer and you're good to do whatever. At this point, you can do everything except the bosses of Eastern and Pod.
And I know that chat's dying to have the bow on Ped.
And Turtle Rock, because, well, no, you can do Turtle Rock too. What am I talking about?
Oh yeah, Turtle Rock's clearable.
In one fell swoop, going all the way around the Dark World to get your required secondary access, your flippers to get your hammer. That's a pretty rude thing, the logic to do, but nothing unheard of.
Yeah, that's normal for this kind of logic. We do not know what the TR medallion is yet, so we may not be able to get in there. We have a 33% chance of not being able to get in. It could be Bombos. We know that Meyer is Bombos, but we have not been up there yet, so we do not know.
Any pedestal fans out there, the only item that can be on the ped at this point is a bow.
Or the Turtle Rock medallion.
The Turtle Rock medallion would have to be Ether, but we already have it.
It could be Bombos. No, it can't.
Bombos.
Never mind. You're right. I'm wrong.
Nice try, though.
Yep, you got me. You got me.
Your fancy reverse psychology doesn't work on me.
You did a Jedi mind trick. It's not fair.
Michael doing the logical way of getting the hammer. He did try to splash delete down this waterfall, but sometimes the Ancilla slots don't want to play nice.
And to be fair, we're still kind of out of logic because we never killed Dagger.
Oh, we're absolutely in the logic. We're just
so
we're never going to be back in sequence, is what it is.
So the ped can't be Bombos because in order for the ped to be accessible, you have to clear Meyer, and Meyer requires Bombos to get in. So Bombos can't be on ped, which is what Zaru pointed out to me. Oh, TR could absolutely be Bombos, but Pedestal cannot be.
Bombos. We just can't see a Bombos on Ped, which means the Pedestal can literally only be a bow at this point.
We're about to find out what Turtle Rock is as well, because Maniacal is headed straight there. And if he can get in, he's going to clear it. Almost bet.
He's got things he can grab, though, too. He's got, the 4 checks at Hookshot Cave plus the shovel on the island. He's got the 2 checks in Super Bunny Cave. So, getting these out of the way, this is nice.
Soccer Man, Maniacal's doing the Galaxy Brain strat. I don't know. He's just coming up with the right plays every time.
Well, he was asking what Niterific was doing.
Oh, I have no idea. I wasn't watching Maniacal. Oh God, I can't read. What's
So,
wrong
like,
with me?
Is that like me saying Solsky 4 times? Yeah, the chat pointing out that was the microwave strats. The plasma beam has a piercing property, and the X-ray scope will pause buffer the screen so that every frame advance actually will hit an enemy if it's allowed to be pierced with the plasma beam. We call it microwaving. And it's literally the fastest way to kill Dragon.
Yes, it is.
Hot in a minute, just like your Hot Pocket.
My brain hurts.
Nothing in Hookshot Cave.
The Hookshot Cave was a pretty big disappointment, and he's gonna go get the shovel. That's even more impressive. I'd have left it there.
At this point, I don't think you leave any stone unturned if you know you're in Go -1.
I think he's gonna do Turtle Rock before he does Spike Cave.
Well, that's yet to be seen. Turtle Rock could still be Bombos.
Here it is. What is it? Oh no! It's Bombos.
Double Bombos.
Oh, that's painful.
That's a Go -2 situation. It does mean that Maniacal can absolutely save Turtle Rock for his last dungeon.
Yep. And it's really would be killer if Bombos was right here in Spike Cave. That's just a kick in the pants. That is true. The ped could have bow. That's the only thing it can have at this point. There is nothing that is useful to us right now that could be unped except for the bow.
But that Kena burned out a good use here. And for it, we just get some bomb space.
Bressingham?
Oh, did you get stuck in a false state, Bressingham? Yikes.
Well, I mean, at least he didn't need the item off of Catfish.
Oh, yeah, to be fair, nobody did.
So where is Maniacal going now? Is he going to do powder Smith Chain?
Smith Chain Ice Palace does feel like a good play here. And he hasn't activated his flute yet, that's right. So he's going to do that first real quick.
Not a bad decision. Yeah, D-Web, Aussie's the one who activated the flute the first time. I think he was the first one too. He's gonna check the Magic Bat first.
Yeah, that hammer. Magic Bat could have something. Though, to be fair, Magic Bat was already in Logic with the mirror. This just makes it easier to get.
Yeah. I hope it's vanilla. I like Half Magic. I think Half Magic's a really nice item. That's disappointing.
Missiles.
That's one of the most disappointing things you can get in this game. Is missiles are just such trash.
Oh, Bressingham is trying his heart out to get that hammer on the Zora ledge.
When I was buying some potions, makes me think he's gonna go ice. Yep.
Yep, ice is a right play here. It's quick, it's easy, it's 3 checks that you can just blow right through.
Okay, I don't know about quick and easy. Ice Palace sucks. But with Icebreaker, it's quick and easy.
I mean, we've got a cane, right?
And I guarantee these runners know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. Not yet. I want to know. I really do. But they call it Icebreaker for a reason.
Oh, look at that. Our tracker is offering to teach you how to icebreaker, and I think you should take her up on it.
I'll learn anything from Mind to Me. That would be awesome.
Yeah, big shout outs to our trackers again tonight, Mind of Me and
Slayer. Slayer Light. I can't read the rest of that. Slayer Lightstorm. There we go.
just saying hello and thank you for pressing the buttons.
Just calling you out, man. Just saying, giving you a shout out. Negative. We have not checked the shovel yet.
Actually, only just got the shovel. So we'll probably see that. It's easy to get to the shovel spot with the flute. So honestly, going through and clearing out dungeons is a really defensible play right now.
Come on, Maniacal. Stop messing around and get it.
Yeah, there are a number of really good icebreaker tutorials out there, by the way. Koi has one that's really good. My own friend Kai Starlight, they did one.
I get the first part of lining up the pixels, but I don't get it how they just walk through the wall. I can't figure that out.
The trick is being one frame to the left of the barrier with that block at the right position, and then you can just kind of extend the door state and walk through the barrier.
That Koi's the one I used too. I just couldn't get it. I didn't practice that hard either, so I mean, to be fair, I need to practice more, but I get the first part down easy. I can get the pixel lined up, but I cannot walk through the wall.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources if you want to see and learn some of the stuff that our runners are doing, by the way. And Koi's one of those people that shows you 1,000,001 things you can do in Link to the Past. So if you're not following Koi, I believe his handle is Koi Stream here on Twitch. It's not just Link to the Past tech, too. There's a wiki, there's a whole site for Super Metroid tricks. Look around, you can learn a lot. Or, you can study what these runners are doing. That's how I learn.
I just like being mediocre, I guess.
You like having fun.
Exactly. If I learn something in the course of having fun, then I'm all for it. Like some of the tricks in Metroid Prime that I've done. Those have just been things that I learned from playing. I didn't actually practice them. Too much, anyway. Looks like Mossy killed Helma?
Yeah, that's Helmasaur's room.
He's got the bow?
Does he have the bow?
If he's killed Helma, he did.
Yeah, that means he's found a bow and we don't know where. Oh, could Bo be in Pod?
It's very possible that Poe could be in Pod. Poe could be in Bod, yes. Bo could be in Pod.
No. The Poes are over the graveyard after you kill Aga. Or, in Village of Outcasts.
That's interesting.
Yep, that means Ossie's in go mode.
Yep.
So we don't know when and we don't know where, but Ossie has found a bow and he's gonna go ahead and run through these games like it's nothing. Well, actually, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have bombos, right? We don't know.
I can't tell from this particular tracker.
Yeah, the current cropping on the stream is not going to show us that, but it's possible we might.
Doesn't have bombos, so not yet.
And chat telling us he does not have Fire Rod either, because again, he did not do Hera Basement. In fact, I don't think he did Hera when he was up there the first time. Did he?
And he does not have Bombos, so...
He's not going to Ice Palace. Of course, we didn't see much in there of value anyway.
Ice Palace was pretty trash, so I'm guessing that the bow could be buried. It could also be in Hammer Pegs or Smith Chain.
Hammer Peg, Smith Chain, I guess it could be in Pod. Could even be in something like Swamp Palace.
I doubt it. He's only been gone for like 20 minutes. I don't think he full cleared or went in the desert at all.
True.
So where?
You don't
Well,
know. If it was in there and you dipped in and found it, you left.
Maniacal's going to Swamp.
I mean, we're testing my theory live in action.
I don't know if I like this play or not.
Well, Swamp is your green pendant to boot. We do have Smith Chain that we can do as well.
Smith, yeah, I would have much rather seen Smith, Purple Chest, and Hammer Pegs. To answer your question in chat from Sailor Jade, basically we have been given a seed that said go full clear Super Metroid and then go to Zelda. Pretty much. We were given every conceivable item you could possibly want for Super Metroid super early, and then everything else has been behind it.
So as far as we know, we still don't know where that Bombos is going to turn up, because Aussie does not currently have it. And, I can kind of see this being a little bit more of a defensible play by Maniacal, just because of the density of checks in here.
There are 6 items in here. Hey, Maniacal's back. Perfect.
Maniacal.
God dang it. Solsky. No, that was intentional.
It's Aussie, though.
I know it is. The eggplant!
Not to name names, but shout outs to the tech crew behind the scenes as they're working to recrop Aussie's stream for us and give us an idea of what's going on back in the way it should be. All right, the news for the news for Aussie that it is Bombos for Turtle Rock, so we're going to see a Spike Cave check.
Silvers were early, super early. Silvers were in Billy Mays next to your. What else was up there? Something. Morph ball bombs were up there. I was like, I know it was something useful.
Yeah, it was Morph ball bombs. The two most convenient items that you don't necessarily need.
And Maniacal is showing us a bit of new tech called Diver Down. Using that red cane to somehow breaks yourself into the wall, and you can just walk on water. Soccer Man 1214, we do not know where he got the bow.
Yeah, he has a Moon Pearl, or he wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff with the Dark World Slayer.
Ossie's got Moon Pearl. He's got all 4 Super Metroid bosses killed. He's got Ether, Flippers, Hammer, Ice Rod, Red Cane.
All right, so Bressingham is in Skullwoods, but he doesn't have a.
Apparently, Ossie also picked up Spring Ball somewhere. I don't know where.
Ball.
Let's get one of those items that he got while he was offline. I have no idea where it is.
And we're going to see Maniacal do that diver down again. This one a little bit more of a time save, I think. I don't know what the exact metrics on it is. It's like 8 seconds if done perfectly. There's our book. Ooh, there's our book.
Yeah, well, we know Bo's not on Pet. So Pet's dead. There's Bombos.
Swamp Palace dip is required.
Good call.
Ouch.
Good calls, Aru.
With the absolute vision, he still doesn't know where his bow is, but we can only assume he's going to come into it because right now Ossie is doing the Smith chain. My money is bow is in pod.
Yep.
And that means if that's the next play, if Maniacal does this density stuff, that's going to be the next thing he does, and he will be in go mode.
I hope he does that before he goes to Turtle Rock.
No, you know why he'll do it, though? This is Green Pendant.
Check out Saw on the way. Yeah, yeah. You're probably right.
Completely defensive routing. This is absolutely, like, he doesn't know it yet, but this is a completely perfect play by Maniacal.
Because who's gonna dip Pendant Swamp to find Bombos all the way in the back? I mean, holy cow, Maniacal is he's making every single call today that needs to be made. He's gonna go check Bombo's tablet before he goes up.
Yeah, because he still doesn't know where the boat is, so he's going to do this. It's right here, but he probably skips Ether for a while.
To be fair, we don't know where the bow is either, but we know it's not here.
Yeah, the bow can't be, there's not so many places that it can be at this point.
We know that Dark Death Mountain doesn't have the bow, so it's got to be in pod. We've seen Dark Death Mountain already from Maniacal. And he's going to Turtle Rock.
He's going to Ether Tablet because he's chasing the book.
It's not a bad call. I mean, it's a pretty quick check.
Yeah, it's a defensible call. It's one of those things you don't know and you don't want to isolate this forever. And Maniacal still has a sizable advantage. No one else has gotten the Fire Rod out of Hera Basement yet. And that's really a bad spot for that if you think about it. Alright, Maniacal, where are you headed next?
He's going to do TR.
Not a bad move to get it out of the way. TR is a dungeon you can't really save a lot of time in, whether you're in go mode or not.
No, he doesn't want to go into pod without the bow, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Though I do wish that he had done Pyramid Ferry before coming up here, because he actually did Swamp. He was right there. He had a perfect chance to do it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes when you get something like the book, you just gotta chase it. I don't know if he just forgot about Pyramid Fairy or if he feels like he can just do it any time with a flute. We're about to have a blind fight followed by a blind fight a minute or two later on the right side of the screen.
Aussie's gonna stumble onto his Bombos medallion. But he's gonna be fire rod away from go mode because he is not. Well, maybe not.
No. He is going to
Turn
he
in the
found a
mushroom.
in the smith chain. So he saved that portal. So he is going to go into into Swamp. Now, who is it that said earlier this evening that we are not going to pick up Spacer?
By choice. We're not gonna pick it up by choice.
Aussie telling the
Aussie.
things about that mushroom turn in.
Aussie does it for the viewers. He loves doing that kind of stuff.
And if you like seeing that kind of stuff, or you're impressed by what these players are doing, give them a follow. They are all fantastic talents with distinctly wonderful personalities. I've actually learned a few things rather directly from Nitorific myself.
There's the spring ball in the Thief's Down basement.
That explains where that was. Also got to give a little pat on the back to my buddy Semper Fire Dog for putting up with my...
Yeah, that's... I don't know if I want to give you a shout out, but I suppose I should.
Be nice.
My partner Zaro keeping up with me as well. Definitely one of the better commentators I've worked with. Though I do feel bad when I step on you all the time.
Alright, so again, the Swamp Palace play from Aussie. Be interested to see whether he goes ahead and goes for that green pendant. Probably. Be my guess. No reason to leave it behind. We got Nito also dispatching blind. And
for Greg.
Yeah, for Greg indeed. Bressingham just reminding himself what's going on here. Yeah, as Mind to Be, one of our trackers, is pointing out that TR Big Key is in the vanilla location. There is no time to save in Turtle Rock. Except for, the one extra check to do Mimic Cave, which, costs about a minute. You can bypass it by going right where Maniacal just exited. Skip the big chest entirely, but no reason to. In his eyes, he doesn't know where the blue is yet. He thinks it's on Laser Bridge, watch.
I mean, that's where most of the troll items are. Aussie's trying to do Diver Down without using the cane? I don't understand why.
I mean, sometimes you know the bomb setup better than you know the cane setup. It's all personal preference. You're not always going to have a cane when you go into Swamp Palace. So knowing this is actually not a bad thing.
That actually looks pretty easy.
The reason I say it's good to know the Ice Palace bomb jump, because even if you know Icebreaker, you're not always going to have a red cane when you go to Ice. Bressingham's good to go fight Aga with his swag net now.
Yay! So it looks like our 7th crystal is probably going to be Eastern Palace.
You do the pod, you get your bow, you go to Eastern, clean that up, and then you just climb the mountain and you're good to go.
Yep.
It's not how anyone wants to. You'd rather finish at either Turtle Rock or Hera.
Breasting and try to go pay Zora. Zora didn't show up. He's like, oh wait, I've already been here.
He forgot that he got scammed. How do you forget that he scammed you out of $480?
I mean, it's easy to forget.
Good old Zora with his Ponzi schemes. But that's a hammer for Bressingham. That's got to feel a little bit more comfortable moving around now. It'll be interesting to see which direction he takes that hammer in.
Here's Laser Bridge. The trolliest location in the game, or one of the trolliest locations in the game, anyway.
Oh,
wow. Utterly
What a-
devoid of trash. And that puts Ozzy one item away from go mode. Because he still hasn't gone to the basement of the Tower of Hera to get his fire rod.
Yep, and at this point, Fire Rod can be anywhere that's not Skull Woods back. It can't be in Turtle Rock, because we know it's not. But it's very possible that he does some dips to find it before he... Oh, boy. That's why I said that one location for Hera Basement is just so bad, because you isolate it, and you don't know where that Fire Rod can show up.
And you don't ever plan on going back to Hera either.
For every time that you get burned by Hera being like 20 rupees or a missile, the one time it has progression, you hate to see it.
And we're going to get a Pyramid Fairy check from Nito, the first one we've seen. This could be our bow location.
Alright, chat, hold your breath. In 3, 2, 1. I never understood why that timer had a delay on it.
There it is.
And that is it. That we know. At 2:11, the commentators and the chat are in no mode.
Butter sword.
Buttersword on
Trinox
Trinex.
has a sword. Wow. So we're
that
Ganon's gonna go down like it's nothing.
That sword at Plasma actually ends up kind of working out a little bit for us here then.
Otherwise, that'd have been a Master Sword Trinex, and that's not fun.
Oh, did you have to curse him, Semper? Did you have to?
What'd I say?
You said they could get baited into Meyer, and
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Oh, Mind of Me said it.
You can blame me for something I didn't say.
It's still your fault somehow.
Oh, that's not even fair.
Just 20 rupees on the green pendant turn in. Maniacal never did the closet back here. He's not going to find anything any level of useful. And he's not going to find a bow until he remembers to go take care of the big red bomb. That's one thing Aussie is remembering to do here. He decided to dip out of Meyer. He's like, wait, I can do Ice Palace. Yeah, this is definitely a better play.
Yes. Because we know Meyer at this point doesn't have anything.
I mean, even from an objective standpoint, 3 checks to 2, a crystal versus a pendant, and Ice Palace is going to be a lot faster to go through.
If Maniacal's not going to get a bow here, he's not going to stay.
Nope.
He knows
He
it's
is
bow
bow
locked, so he's going to go. He's going to go do Pyramid Fairy now, I think.
Man, I hope so.
He's going to flip to 4 or going to go into Eastern. And
Did he never dip Eastern?
ah, boy.
I mean, I can understand skipping this if you had all of that open stuff happening in Super Metroid. You chase the space jump screw attack and you just get it all out of the way.
Yeah, going into Eastern thinking that bow's going to be vanilla or French vanilla. I mean, I can't fault him.
Yeah, Chad is pointing out some logic you cannot argue with. If he didn't do Sahasrah's closet, of course he didn't do Eastern. That means he never came over here.
Yeah, he never really had the opportunity to do so. He got all the other good items before even coming near this place. As a bonus, he's got everything he needs to make it through this dungeon as fast as possible.
Yeah, the only thing is that, as linear as it is, you're not going to be able to save any time until you find your bow. Neaterific going for the Spike Cave check.
So is Dressing.
And they've been kind of following the same path for quiet 20 minutes or so.
I think that Nito's got the ether medallion too, just for the record.
Yeah, if they have Desert done, they have Ether. If not, then... And we're going to see neither of them go to Hera Basement, I think.
He's also got the bow?
Does he have the bow?
Yeah, he's got the bow.
When did he go to Pyramid Ferry?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, he's got the bow.
He's also got Fire Rod.
Maybe we should probably just, one of us looks at the left screen, one of us looks at the right.
He needs to pause again so I can see what else he's got.
That's our fault, chat. We're sorry.
He's probably got mitts and hammer and cane and everything, so he could be in go mode.
Sure. He for sure has more than we think he does.
He's got red cane. He's got hammer. He's got mitts. He's got flippers.
So all he needs to do is go into Swamp Palace, and he's in go mode.
Which he's going to make the same call Aussie did and go into Ice Palace looking for Bombos. And in this case, Aussie was looking for something different.
And look at what Bressingham's doing.
Good call.
So he's going to find Bombos before he finds a bow, but this is actually a more efficient route, I think, to take care of Swamp and then go to Pyramid Ferry.
And that's what Maniacal's doing right now is Pyramid Ferry, so he's going to be in go mode here shortly. Yep. He still has to go to Wreck Ship and kill Fantoon, which is good because he's going to get skip out on the Get Wrecked Ship.
Oh, indeed, and that's the one thing I was saying, is if you can skip Wreck Ship and go mode it and not check anything, that's why you save it. If the progression's telling you to go elsewhere, you go elsewhere. Wreck Ship may or may not actually have something until it does. Like, Pedestal is dead until there's an item on it. It's like, there's nothing on Spring Ball until there is. Yeah, it's one of those kinds of plays.
Mm-hmm.
But in this loadout, Fantoon only has 2,500 HP. That is a quick 2-buffer microwave and, dead ghost.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 35 seconds. Maniacal has entered go mode.
And we should see Maniacal just flute to 5, and he's going to have the zoomies here. Pod, just straight to the back once you find the big key. Eastern, just straight to Armos Knights and blow them up.
What a seed, though. What a show. This has been a great seed.
This is actually, it's like, for the kinds of logic that it's expecting us to do, this has been a really quick one.
Yeah, Super Metroid was basically free. It's just a small hell run to get your gravity suit.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Aussie, he is now in Misery Mire.
I can't fault him for this. It's not a bad call.
Yeah, it's still more than the one check that you left earlier. And again, you don't know where that Fire Rod's going to turn up objectively. The few items, locations that it can be. Oh, there's one thing we're happy to see.
Yes, Misery Mire is the red pendant. Half Magic's nice. Definitely, but it's not going to save us here.
4 different runners, 4 different screens, 4 different dungeons, but only one is in go mode. And Bressingham is probably not too far behind here. And yeah, you have to think so, right? This is the third pendant, so we could see a blind pedestal pull coming from Aussie.
That's tough. That's tough.
So Maniacal's on the hunt for the big key of Palace of Darkness, and we don't know where it is either.
Aussie, you have 38 silver arrows. What are you doing?
There it is.
It's a really good cold stare kill on Nito.
A crystal and a crystal.
Aussie's probably going straight to Ped.
Here's that flute. Is it 3? Yes, it is. Hey, we know it's not here, but everyone in the chat just give some love to the pedestal pole. Oh, is he banking that the fire rod's on Ped because he's going to Skullwoods?
It's not a bad call.
Yeah, it's actually almost genius routing if it's there, but it's not.
Yeah, he's gonna be really disappointed when he gets back and be like, well, I messed up.
Have an item like an ice rod or a fire rod or a medallion and you have no idea where it is and you're just going through checking almost everything, that's not a good feeling.
No.
You constantly have that pit in your stomach that's telling you, oh god, I've missed something somewhere, I have no idea where and I don't know where to backtrack, until you finally get to those last few checks and it shows up. Maniacal taking Helmasaur King to Pound Town.
2 swipes with the gold sword puts the Helmasaur to bed. And Nito's also in go mode.
And we have some more seconds per frame action from Aussie, which they're when the internet wants to do what the internet wants to do. And here's Bressingham getting his bow. So now he's on the good old-fashioned fire rod hunt.
Yup. How long before they think to go back and check Hera?
Oh, I don't know, and it doesn't feel good to think about.
Nope. Doesn't feel good at all. Nidorific is not in go mode. He does not have bombos.
Does he not have bombos? He has the green panther.
He does not have bombos.
Hmm.
I saw it in his... I did not see it in his inventory.
You leave it in Swamp Palace?
I have no idea.
He left it in Swamp Palace, I think. Oh no, we're seeing a mistrack. Is what's the explanation? What's the item on the pedestal?
I don't know. I didn't get to see it in the freeze frame.
We'll never know.
Probably rupees or missiles or something.
We'll never know.
We can ask him during the interview.
Chat's saying it was a full heart. They got his stream up or something. Oh, his heart container's probably moved up. That would make sense.
There we go. I mean, they pay attention closer than I do.
That's a minor detail that, like I said, us men with glasses can't see.
There's the other Greg on the Armos Knights. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Maniacal 22424 has obtained the 7th crystal and will be headed to Ganon's Tower. Inside Ganon's Tower, there are 22 locations, 21 chests, and 1 torch, where the big key could be hiding. Get your guesses in now. I'm going to go 19 like I always do.
I used to have a number, and then I just kind of let it wear out a little bit.
19 is a number of power. I always pick 19.
I am more engrossed by some of the different strategies used to climb after you do find the key than the actual, oh, let's frenzy through 22 different checks. Oh, the routing does make a big difference, as some of my seeds has reminded me.
Yeah, it does.
You don't, if you're me, you don't get 21 3 times in a row. Yeah, you do.
That's rough. I think our last multi, we got, what, 20 and 21?
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that key doesn't care about what you want to do in Ganon's Tower. It's going to go where it wants.
I look forward to the 6+ hour multi SMZ3 key sanity multis. Those are going to be exciting.
I think we'll only have enough time to do one of those a month, maybe. It'll have to be on Sunday.
It'll be a small one, too. I ain't doing the 12-person key sanity. Nope. Ain't nobody got time for that. You'll be literal BK mode.
BK mode. You could go have a steak dinner by the time someone finds you your forgotten highway key.
Alright, the guesses stop here.
We're going to do the standard approach of going into Ganon's Tower and hoping that is in this room, aptly named Hope Room.
No
we
hope
don't
here.
even get the option to go right here. We're going to have to go left. Texas State Brazil mode, yes.
I don't even know what that is.
It is a Brazilian steakhouse.
That sounds pretty tasty.
Yep, it's one of those where it's an all-you-can-eat sort of thing. But that's not important right now. Right now, we're looking for what Maniacal's going to do. Because now he has got a key, so he can actually opt to mirror out of the Stalfos room if he wants, and get the 4 checks on it.
I would say it's probably a good idea. Or it's right there.
You can just find it and leave.
Number 5. Well, nobody guessed 5.
We do have a 4 from Krista Joy 730.
Yep, that's the closest one. Krista Joy 730 with the number 4. Oops, I didn't mean to press that.
What did you press?
The wrong button.
You're not supposed to press buttons.
It happens.
To answer chat, we've already had Aussie's stream go down once. It appears to have gone down again. You know, sometimes there's things you just can't control when it comes to the greater whims of the internet. So unfortunately, that happens to be the case tonight. Yeah, it's one of those, you hate to see it. Especially if you're in a race situation. It's jokingly in chat, I hope, we've got Who Wants to Take Bets on Maniacal going to Golden 4 before Fantoon. I would think he knows a little better. And I have lost Semper. Semper, come back!
My apologies, my computer decided to just shut off.
Oh, that's good. Welcome back, though. So far, missed the Basement of Pod from Bressingham, a visit to Armos Knights from Niterific, and the nicest rooms in Ganon's Tower from Maniacal.
Mm-hmm.
Those Wizro rooms are beautiful when you see them done that way.
I can never manage to get them done quite like that.
Only once and so very often do I manage to get that one on the top right corner. And every other time I get it, the spike goaltends a shot on the bottom right one. Alright, with 2 keys in hand, he doesn't even have to worry about the Helmosaurs. He's just going straight to Moldorm 2. And I have to wonder what he could possibly have been looking for to open that chest.
Who knows? Half magic, maybe?
I mean, half magic would be fine. Oh, gold sword, silvers, I don't think you need it. Red mail, maybe? I mean, a runner of Maniacal's caliber, I wouldn't think needs it. Hey, we can find the boss to Ganon's Tower now. That we're about to... Alright, it's time for a math lesson. Here is Aghanim with today's geometry. Alright. These patterns aren't too bad.
No,
balls are
blue
nice.
balls didn't help either. Wow. So this should be the last hit?
Definitely. There it is, a 2-1-2-1 for Maniacal.
Yeah, now we're off to find the big pig, or fight the big pig, not find him. We know where he is.
We already know where he is. We have the compass, remember? Kappa?
To be fair, Ganon's not the boss of that place. Aghanim is. We already found Aghanim.
To be fair, is Ganon not Aghanim?
Well, that's true. He is.
Kappa's in chat. I'm getting Kappas, but when I said I need tomatoes, no one threw them at me. Alright, this is a free fight for Maniacal. Gold Sword, 6 slashes, phase 1's done. 6 slashes, phase 2's done.
Just to make sure he's giving him an extra couple of whacks, just to be safe.
And if you've got the cape, this is no better time to use it than now.
Go with something about social distancing, Zanny? Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting.
So, with really...
Oh no!
No, come on now.
You cursed him! You said it was a free fight!
Yes, I did. And I believe that it was, and I am sorry.
That's just bad luck.
Now that's good news, is that we're hearing Aussie has found his fire rod and is now going through Turtle Rock.
That's good. I'm glad he found it. I bet he's
So
not
that's-
happy about it.
Oh, probably not. And, you'd have to expect that Bressingham's not going to be happy when he finds it either.
No. Considering they both orphaned it. I bet Maniacal's a little tilted right now, too, from falling.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call it a tilt. Because sometimes just getting the wrong kind of bump from Ganon happens. If you're just a little bit off in a position, or he decides to spawn on you, it sucks to happen, but it does. And of course, this also happens, where he decides he's going to teleport forever and not stop.
Come on, Ganon, stop it.
I believe I counted 6.
Just being mean at this point. Did we find the arrows in Brinstar? Yeah, here, have one.
Here, taste silver.
Ooh, we need to get Torch Glitch.
That's fine, he doesn't need it at this point. Silvers make this a little bit too easy.
He actually got a silverless hit off there.
And honestly, not having Torch Glitch, in theory, it's a little bit easier to set it up.
One more hit again, and it's going
And
down.
that's
There-
it.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your single G's in chat for Maniacal. I'm assuming he's not going to fall off the 1x3 bridge. I hope he doesn't. He's been cursed enough already by us. We don't need to make it worse. Alright, and now he's off to fight the big brain. Well, no, first the Ghost of Argus, and then the big brain.
Alright, and we see Nidourific is now going through Swamp Palace. He will be rewarded with a Bombos coin at some point here. And
Yep.
that should put him in go mode. And
Oh gosh.
he remembered.
Maniacal, don't go that way. You're
I
going to
think
get
he just wanted the run distance to speed boost.
You're
Or
gonna get
he's
the
playing
G
with all of
force,
us.
What? And at this point, he's got to know that. And you don't make that mistake now.
I don't know, it's been an hour or two since we've seen Super Metroid.
It is true. Well, definitely not 2 hours, for sure.
Well, an hour and change, maybe.
Hours ago, we were just full clearing it.
I can actually see Maniacal having a big old smug-looking smile on his face as he goes left and jukes right, just to play with chat.
And us. He got me.
I didn't believe for a second that he'd forget Phantoon.
He's going to make Phantoon disappear, though. It's going to take a single missile and a single microwave, and Phantoon's going to disappear.
Now, Bressingham not having a fire rod has to use this Bombos tablet, Bombos medallion to warm up Cold Stare.
And Phantoon's dead.
I mean, was Phantoon ever alive?
He was in Link to the Past, yeah.
And just like that, in and out, doesn't even have to check anything, he's just going.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gonna go fight Mother Brain.
115, 55, 11 E-tanks, reserves, full beam combo. This is done. It's an open and shut case.
Really easy. Like, Mother Brain's probably one of the easier bosses in the game, to be honest. I mean, it's really not that hard once you get there.
Ooh, Bressingham is going to go read the pedestal because he does not know where his fire rod is.
He's not going to be happy when he gets the text there.
So on a scale of 1 to Ice Rod, how much do you hate the idea of isolating an item in the Terra basement regardless of what it is?
I don't like it at all. I never isolate items. And Anita not happy about that bomb.
In this case, you kind of had to, unless you were doing a full round through Super Metroid. Because that lamp was what, alpha power bombs?
Yes. The Titans myths were in Hype Cave with the flippers.
Bressingham is going into Meyer. But he knows he doesn't have to finish Meyer, which will kind of play in his favor a little bit. And Nito is now going to go ahead and clean up Turtle Rock.
Meanwhile, Maniacal's making these Metroid rooms look easy.
There were Metroids? Question mark?
So yeah, somewhere along there.
There goes the various suit. There goes the screw attack. So we're going for a baby skip.
I like baby skip. Oh, he's going for baby skip anyway. Like, I don't understand.
I think it's a backup in case you miss it, but he gets it.
Right,
Well done, Maniacal.
I forget who it was. I think it was last week. Somebody accidentally got baby speed and finished the game with baby speed.
That would be Asder. That was a thing to see. And actually, this works out for stand-up as well, because with this E-Tank count, you're going to have a clean Mother Brain fight. She will take 6 E-Tanks instead of 3 when she does her Rainbow Beam attack.
And he's going to get a Zeb skip. Yep.
There it is.
I don't know how to do that, but that's amazing. Bressingham's looking for his fire rod in all the wrong places.
And yes, Silverbane, the logic wanted you to kill Aghanim to go all the way to Hype Cave the long way to get a pair of flippers to get your hammer on the Zora ledge. In other words, this is a fun seed.
Yeah, I can see it. Just like 50% of the ones you get in Virgin 11. They're way more common than they used to be. And I will stand by that. Ain't nobody gonna convince me different.
Oh, Bressingham is still looking for that second item in Meyer. And I don't remember if it was on Vitreous or not.
I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention.
Here's your stand-up setup.
Oh, Bressingham pushed the blocks the wrong way. He has to reset these rooms. That's unfortunate.
So if done right, this stand-up glitch is going to take most of the shots off of the Mother Brain 3 part.
If not all of them.
It's normally it's Hyper Beam does 1,000 damage. Mother Brain 3 has 36,000 HP. So every one of these, well, every 9 of these takes off. Not 9. I can't math. Help!
No, I don't do math on stream.
Send help! Every 10 of these takes out 9 Hyper Beam shots. So let's see how many. Oh, she's red. This is going to be a couple.
3 or 4?
5. I think I see 5. That's a pretty good stand-up.
Yeah. Very impressive.
And Nito is going straight for Turtle Rock, straight for Trinex, straight to Ganon's Tower afterward.
Alright, it's time to go, go, go! Get off this planet before it blows!
And you have to figure this isn't going to take too long. These runners know how to get out of dodge when Super Metroid wants to blow up.
Yeah, Zebus is, Samus has a habit of blowing up planets she visits. I don't know why. There's only a couple that survive.
And there's that 2-second save Moonfall. That's always a good one. I'm telling you, Moonfall strats are really nice.
Maniacal's gonna get the Shine Spark up the shaft. Because it's one of the most glorious feelings in the world to just rocket up this garbage jumping thing here. I don't even know what to call it because it's so trash. And he leaves the animals behind because, of course, he does.
Why not? It's a race, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for Maniacal, who has finished in first place in the restream, in first place overall with an official SRL time of 02:46:38. He is the first person to finish the race at all, and we have unfortunately had one forfeit so far.
Yeah, it's a GG and a very well-routed, well-executed game by Maniacal.
Very well
Through
done.
and through. Beautiful stuff.
We'll see if we can get him in here for an interview.
Meanwhile, we have the Ganon's Tower climb for Nito. And I think Bressingham is about to find exactly what he's looking for.
And he is not going to be happy about it. Lauren Drell, I think you blow up SR388 after Fusion?
Yeah, the BSL goes kaboom.
Alright, we are joined by Maniacal. GG's, good sir.
Hey, thank you. GG.
Alright, the first thing I want to know is, when you jumped off the ship, all of chat were taking bets on whether or not you were going to remember you had Fantoon to fight.
Oh, I was aware of Fantoon the whole way. I was actually worried because I knew Aussie was also on the restream, and he's very, very good. So I was pretty sure that he was probably pushing me, and I thought that I might be looking ahead by less than Fantoon. So I thought, I was wondering, I was like, am I making the race look closer by people forgetting that I have Fantoon? It was actually kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, this one routed out pretty well. I think the Go Mode bow was pretty silly. It was in a sphere I didn't expect it to be in, but everything else kind of fell nice. Bombos Medallion being required for Turtle Rock was bad. I was really hoping that Ether from Desert was going to come into play.
You're having to dive two pendant dungeons to get required medallions to finish the game is kind of meh.
What was the second required pendant? Because I never touched Mire, and Desert was Ether and nothing.
True, it was just one pendant. You're right.
Yeah,
but
it was just
everybody did two pendants, or three.
Yeah.
Mire had half magic, and that was it.
I see. I knew half magic and Spring Ball were kind of out there in the wild.
Spring Ball was in the Thieves Town Big Chest.
I knew that not having that hammer and not being comfortable with my cane-based splash deletion was going to cost me. I went for it. I haven't practiced it in basically forever. I don't even know if I was doing roughly the right thing. I'm not even certain that 2 bombs and cane is a legit item combination. So I really need to go back and review my non-bow splash deletions. I thought that awkward sequence on hammer was also going to be a thing that really set me behind.
Well, don't worry, you're not the only one who saw the hammer and said, "Oh, well, shoot. Now what am I supposed to do if I don't have a bow?" But the stored water walk was clever.
Okay, so yeah, I thought about double fake flipper with the stored water walk to get it, but I don't know that I would have trusted myself to execute on that.
The only other thing that I would have been slightly, tilting my head at is right after Swamp. Did you think about Pyramid Fairy right then, or what made you turn away from it as fast as you did?
I definitely did, and the fact that it was so easy to just go do the green pendant turn in. So I guess post Swamp was Bombos, and so that was my Turtle Rock access. Laser Bridge with bow is sort of an SMZ3 trope. And so I knew I had a completable crystal up there. I was thinking about Pyramid, but Pyramid Fairy was in Logic so early, right? Because Aga was in Logic, and Mirror was a pretty early sphere, and I found a bunch of stuff behind that. And so the sphere that Pyramid Fairy actually existed in the Logic was a lot earlier than the other stuff that I could be hunting, and so it was actually a fairly low percent play that Pyramid Fairy was going to be the go mode because of the 2 dungeons that it was. And so that's why I wanted to I sequenced it after the Pod Eastern dip, which felt really silly, but also 2 hour and whatever Sahasrara closet kind of feels silly. So
Bressingham is not happy about the location of that fire rod. He is mad.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that was a spot. I thought that one could possibly be good for me.
Yeah, you were the first person on the restream to leave Tower of Hera with a fire rod.
I apparently was not the first person on the restream to leave Tower of Hera, based on what you're saying. I thought I might have been though. I thought I might have been the first person to go in on the hell runs. I thought that I pushed that fairly early against Wrecked Ship just because. So the whole joke about Wrecked Ship being garbage in SMZ3 is kind of accurate and mostly a consequence of hard mode and racing a lot of the hard mode seeds, because it opens up with basically nothing, and so it's in the same sphere as a whole bunch of other stuff, and so there's not a lot that ever points you to Wrecked Ship. And so once I found a bunch of stuff that wasn't in Wrecked Ship, it made a lot of sense for me to kind of stay away from it. And so I thought that other people would end up in Wrecked Ship before their hell runs, and the hell runs were just so juicy that I thought there was a chance I was first to Hera. I guess maybe Aussie was in there before me.
Well,
Yes.
you can ask him yourself because he just joined us in chat. GG's, Aussie. GG.
Yeah, GG Aussie.
Yep. At this point, we can confirm Aussie finished second on our restream with an SRL of 2:50 and 45 seconds. Although we didn't get to see it very much.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just a lot of drop frames.
Oh gosh, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, there was
like half the race.
he was gone for probably a good half hour. When he came back, he had the bow. We were like, where was that? So it wasn't until you got the bow, or was it him or Nito that got the bow? Until that's when you two got the bow. We were like, oh, there it is.
I thought that I probably wasn't. I thought I might have been the last to bow in the restream, just because bow with where it showed up in the logic was kind of a silly go mode. So pod layout worked out well for me.
Yes, I'm really glad that the first item was nothing, and you were like, oh, nope, it's not here.
Yeah, it pushed me right back out when I was looking for it, and then the big key on the bridge was also a really quick big key location. I ended up not having to go into the back of pod at all. So the small key plus big key being fast, plus it being bow locked fast was really good for me.
Let's get our single G's in chat for Nitorific, who was taking down the big pig and is on his way to fight Mother Brain.
Yeah, I felt good about the time. Like, I felt good about sequencing to morph. All the things that I did early in A Link to the Past before Super Metroid, and the time that I got to the Hell Run, and then bailing on Meridia with Varia, just because of where it showed up, getting the Moon Pearl, and then being able to fake Flipper to get around Aga.
Now, see, I thought that you might have left Dragon because you knew you had Plasma and you had Charge and you knew where X-Ray was and you had the boots. You're like, I'm gonna go get X-Ray.
I didn't know where
microwave Dragon.
I didn't know where X-Ray was. I was happy to find it, but I wasn't over there.
Okay, we knew where X-Ray was then.
Yeah, I knew where Plasma was, and I did sequence getting Plasma because I had charge wave already in ahead of doing a lot of the Super Metroid, just because having Plasma is useful, and I was able to double it with some of the boots and bottle checks. But yeah, X-Ray was a pleasant surprise. Really, I just wanted to be down logic because that Varia suit pointed me pretty aggressively to Laura Norfer, and I thought that there was a chance that mirroring into Desert was going to give me my Moon Pearl.
And it didn't.
Nope, it gave me worthless Ether Medallion, but that's okay.
It is what it is. You follow the logic, you think it's going to give you the right thing. You know what I mean? Nobody can fault you for the thought process.
Let's be fair here. If we all follow the logic, we're going to Aghanim.
Yeah, sorry, what was that, Aussie?
Said Ether was a good item to get until it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, ooh, Ether. Same thing with Quake. I was like, ooh, Quake. And then, where's my Bombos at?
That's the one thing with stuff like the shovel, too, on Floating Island. It's something you're like, oh, God, that has to be there? That could be anything.
Yeah, and I grabbed it pretty aggressively and then, tried to route it in when it wasn't a complete disaster, but it was always going to be just a node, right? Like, it was always going to be a save and quit through there. And so there wasn't really a good time to do it, but it wasn't particularly bad to have to do. So I was sad that Turtle Rock was Bombos, but I imagine that was most folks.
Yeah, we were sad too. Because it was like, yeah, he's up there, he's got everything he needs to clear it, he can do it. And then you showed us the medallion. I was like, oh, never mind.
That was Fire Rod that got me. So
Fire Rod got almost everybody.
Yeah, I went back in. I was being really thorough at that point. And I was like, okay, well, the hook shot didn't lead me to a whole bunch. The mirror could potentially be pretty big here, and then it was Fire Rod, and I was kind of expecting Moon Pearl to pop, honestly, because I already had the gravity suit and speed to do some Dark World stuff. But yeah, Fire Rod location was one. I feel like Fire Rod and Bombos were the bad ones.
So my Hera timing was after Moon Pearl, and I'd broken Hammer before Clippers. And so I did Hera just for the Rig Crystal. And so then I went to Hype Cave and Pyramid Fairy, and that opened up everything all at once.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's brutal. Isolating the Fire Rod like that. But I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I was in Hera what I felt was pretty early, but I was still 50-50 about the basement. I was like, man, that is a slow check, but the way I was playing the seed, I didn't want to leave that particular loose square. I didn't know about the hammer yet.
I think I went back up there with Ether Tablet on my way to Turtle Rock. But it was really late. It was after bed. And that
Jeez.
mire layout, that was the perfect mire layout for Domo Mire.
Yeah, you got your half magic, and then you just went straight to the basement and got the second item. It was beautiful. Unfortunately, it wasn't anything useful, but it was still a good show.
Yeah, I ended with only 2 pendants. I never ended up back over at Mire. I got my bombos and was on a bow hunt for a while, but ended up at Pyramid Ferry pretty much right after doing Eastern and Pod dips.
Aussie, we did enjoy you going up to the front door of Mire and being like, wait a minute, I can do Ice Palace first. And then you took off and went and did Ice and then came back.
Yeah, in my mind, Fire Rod was go mode, and then I got Bombos instead. So it took a bit to remember.
Yeah, I was really close to going to Ice ahead of Turtle Rock, but I wanted the medallion information, and I thought, because I was looking at it like, okay, I'm probably going to be able to beat Turtle Rock, probably just bow away, and bow and laser bridge is just such a thing that SMZ3 does that it felt right to just go up to Turtle Rock, do Dark Death Mountain, and that stuff. Turned out wrong, but it got a crystal, so is what it is. Got my fourth sword.
Wasn't a total lost cause.
Yeah, getting that sword off Trinex felt bad about keeping the one from Plasma, but that's small stuff.
I think everybody kept it though.
Well, I fit in Plasma with my Dark World access, so that's pretty cool find.
Yeah, for me, I was going to my Dark World, so Plasma was... So I did right Sand Pit off of the Aqueduct save, bailed on Meridia, went to Lower Norfer with Varia, got Moon Pearl, went back up, did left Sand Pit Dragon, and then basically saved post-Dray to do Plasma, and then had to like hoof it all the way back through Cack Alley to get my Dark World via Fake Flipper. But part of that was me leaving Meridia with Varia, so it was kind of a little awkward. I had to do front to back Meridia twice.
I almost don't want to say it, Zaru, but I think we should address it. Bressingham isolated the big chest in Turtle Rock, which is required. So now he has to go back through the whole thing.
Yeah, it's the last key that he needs. So,
The laser bridge was nothing.
Yeah, this was not one where you could get away with that. Because you had to use the pokey key.
Yeah, that's an ouchie. Meanwhile, Nitorific is on his final way out the escape. He's going to be heading to his ship real soon here.
And how soon is real soon, do you ask? Well, there's the ship.
Yeah, and GG's for Nitorific, coming in 3rd place on the restream and 6th place overall with an official SRL time of 3:03.12. 5th place was Hitaka at 2:53.54. Aussie 101 at 2:50.45 took up 4th place. 3rd place was Ace 0187 at 2:52.26. Wow, that was a close one. And then 2nd place was Apathy Duck at 2:48.35.
Yeah, GG's to everyone. I don't think I have too much more to say about this one. It was a cool seed. Like I said, felt good about the Hell Run timing. Felt good about Morph Ball. Felt bad about Bo. But thank y'all for having me on the restream and letting me come in to chat. Thank you for the commentary and the tracking and whatnot.
We are always glad to help. I just like watching. I like watching these races.
Oh, me too. I may catch this one back. It seems like people kind of went to the wins on this one. It was one where you could really end up approaching the seed a bunch of different ways. So
It was basically an hour of Super Metroid, and then everything else was Zelda.
yeah. I think there's some nuance in how you choose to route each of those legs, though, that I'll be interested to see what decisions folks made. But yeah, either way, GG's, thanks for having me in, and I'm going to go ahead and hop out. Take it easy.
GG's maniacal.
Yeah, thank you, man. Have a good night.
Any final thoughts from you, Aussie?
Yeah, I wanted to comment on my early game. Just I made the dip into Super Metroid a screw at a good time, and then I just missed the gauntlet check because I didn't want to. I wanted to have a more efficient gauntlet later, right? So I did that last, and then I forgot about it actually until I did all my other checks.
And then you went up there and found what you were looking for.
Yeah, that cost me a lot of time. It was that and Deadpool. But I felt I routed the rest of it pretty well. I skipped parlor checks. So that was scary.
Most importantly, did you at least have fun?
I had a lot of fun going for bed. And it wasn't anything.
Yeah, that's fair. And we are joined by Nitorific. GG's to you, Nito.
Yep, GG.
So what are your thoughts?
I wanted Toro Rock to be ether locked so bad.
You and everybody
So
else.
Oh well, another seed where I last locate go. I felt like I needed to make two big plays, so I got Fire Rod early in Hera Basement, which is a pretty trolly location for Fire Rod. And I thought I need another big play, and I got Ether from Land Moles. I was like, that's it. Everything else going to be in the way, on the way.
Wrong.
Yep. Totally wrong. But other than that, it was an okay seed. I assume everybody didn't do AGA.
Nope. I haven't seen a single... nobody on the restream did anyway. I don't know if anybody else did.
And it looks like all four of you either learned a splash deletion or did a splash deletion on the fly here, which is actually really nice to see.
What I did wasn't even a splash deletion. You just get close enough to the dog to just jump right on it. But I did do splash deletion to get inside Waterfall Cave, yeah.
Yeah, splash deleted for Waterfall Cave, but then I missed the one to the Azora Ledge, so I did do the double water walk.
I hate to break in here, but ladies and gentlemen, I just got word that Bressingham has officially forfeited from the raid.
I did the same, Ozzy. I had to come back with the double water walk to get the hammer.
But yes, to answer a question from Hitaka, yeah, both Bressingham and I think somebody else in Norfer the Fire Rod. I don't remember who.
I did.
Oh, Aussie did. Yeah, Aussie orphaned it too.
Yeah, it's one of those locations that's really easy to just leave there too. So it's, it happens.
Yeah, when you just think about it, what are the odds that Fire Rod is fire locked? Pretty low, but it was fire locked in here.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
It's probably the trolliest location it could be, aside from left side mire, I guess.
All right, and Bressingham is now joining us on the call. GG Bressing.
Thanks.
So tell me your thoughts. How do you feel?
I had fun. I was really happy that I got 2-round Fantoon X Factor, and it was fun, but it wasn't it was a train wreck for me a little bit, but it was great. Fun scene. I went to Meridia suitless. Did anybody get baited like that?
No.
Okay.
No, I think everyone else on Restream did the Hell Run and found their gravity at Wavebeam.
Which we saw you promptly super missile. It was fantastic.
Yeah. If I have to choose between Hell Runs and Suitless Meridia, it's Hell Runs every time.
Yeah. Yeah, you made the right choice. I found the hook shot in the reserve, and I followed that to see Ice Beam in Paradox. And so then I did Suitless, and then I found Faria. And I was like, oh, this seed is amazing. Time to go lower Norfer and get Moon Pearl, which I was right. But then Gravity was right there. So never ever Suitless Meridia.
And then that fire rod is the other thing that tripped you up.
Where was Ice Beam? Because it wasn't yet. We had the signs that it was a Suitless Meridia C because we got early high jump boots and grapple beam. But where were I remember that
Ice was in Paradox.
Oh, yeah, okay. I checked it after I think I got gravity, so dodge a bullet there.
Yeah. I could have just crystal flashed after the hook shot and then done wave. I was like right in front of gravity and turned around.
Well, at least you got an opportunity to practice your Suitless Meridia strats, right?
Yep. It was fun.
I don't think I have any other questions. Zaro, do you have any?
I'm bad at asking questions.
I think we all hunted pretty much.
Yeah, it was easy to do if you skipped that fire rod. You're looking everywhere for it except back of Skullwoods. You hate it, but it happens.
Yeah, Fire Rod wasn't locking anything except kill crystals. It wasn't locking any progression, just crystals.
Yeah, it's one of those. That's all it is.
Right.
But yeah, GG, all of our runners. If you aren't already doing so, make sure you give these 4 fine gentlemen a follow.
So the only hard logic trick required was a Hell Run and or Suitless Meridia to Varia.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Nito, where the Hell Run seems far more appealing than a Suitless Meridia.
Especially when you have Space Jump and Screw Attack.
You kind of just fly through it.
Yeah. Fly through everything.
And that was the only hard logic trick was that particular part, yeah. Because everything else was, I mean, you had all the Super Metroid movement you could ask for within the first 15 minutes of the game. I mean, you were just handed, here's Screw Attack, here's your Space Jump, here's your High Jump boots. You're like, well, okay, that's free.
Funny thing, Morph Ball could have been there too if it had been a normal logic seed because we had Space Jump and Screw Attack.
Yep.
Did you see that I got the Mission Impossible using the high jump? Like that were on the pedestal there?
Wow.
That's not easy.
I don't know if we saw that or not. I'd have to go back and look.
Just made possible by the space and screw when you set up the top of the room.
That, ladies and gentlemen, I think that does it for us. Next week, we will have a hard logic race on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And the normal logic race is going to be on Monday. I think it's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a 2-person multi-world race on Monday.
Yep, that's what's on the schedule. So if you are out there in the community and you want to participate in a 2v2 multi-world next week, here's your warning, it's coming.
That could be fun. Zaru,
Semper,
we could practice.
what's this we?
Hey, you know what? We could race instead of calm. That could be fun.
It could be something else, I'll say that.
I mean, when you start getting better, it's extremely satisfying. Eventually, you slow down, but at first, you're making huge improvements every day, basically.
I know how to do mock ball now. I feel pretty happy about that.
Requires some good timing.
Yeah, this is one of those seeds I don't think I would have wanted to play with that hammer location the way it showed up in the logic. But other than that, the kinds of tricks that you saw weren't really too difficult outside of that. You're out there, don't be daunted by hard logic in this game mode. It's not that bad.
And the worst you can do is say, well, I can't do this trick, I'll just forfeit. But that's when I started hard logic, that's what I was telling myself. I'll play every hard logic seed, and if I can't do a specific trick, and it's the only remaining location progression can be, I'll just forfeit, and it never happened, ever.
There you go. Or just on the spot, learn it real quick. You know, something like a CWJ or something. Just learn it while you're there. Just be like, I have to learn this, so do it now.
Yeah.
Reverse Suitless Meridian to Crab Supers. That sounds terrible, Hitaka. I don't ever want to do that. That's why I don't do hard logic yet. I'm not comfortable enough in my own skin to do hard logic. GG's to you runners. GG's. I'm going to give a shout out to the trackers, Mind of Me and Slayer Lightstorm for keeping us honest and keeping us, keeping the buttons pushed, doing the magic behind the scene, because not everybody gets appreciated for doing that. And again, shout out to our runners. Without them, this would not be possible. Shout out to Speed Gaming, because without them, we wouldn't be able to be here and give you guys the show. And I'm going to leave the closing remarks to my commentator, Zaru, or my co-commentator, Zaru.
Oh, thank you, Semper. Thanks, everyone, for watching. If you like what you see, there is a Discord server for the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer, where you can meet up with some of these runners, plan to do some racing, or, just talk some strategies and stuff. Outside of that, gotta give a shout-out to Semper for dealing with me for the past few hours.
Oh, it's always fun, man. This is my relaxation time. The kid's away, he's quiet, he's sleeping. I get to have a little bit of peace and quiet and watch some of the most fun races I have ever seen. Most of the time. Some of them are pretty trolly, but most of the time they're good.
And of course, huge shout-outs to the community, both games, Super Metroid Randomizer fans, Link to the Past fans, and all of you out there in chat having fun with this show. I will have see you guys next week, probably, because you know me. I like to do my commentary. So, Semper Fire Dog signing off. See you next mission. Thank you, everyone, and good night.